On a 93-degree Thursday, heat index at 105 as we get ready for baseball. If you like the hot weather, we've got a few more days of it coming, although a pretty noticeable cool down beginning on Sunday here in southeastern Virginia. Pete Michaud on ESPN Radio 94.1 with a call tonight, Game 3 of this series between the Tides and the Cardinals AAA affiliate, the Memphis Redbirds. Memphis will line up this way. The designated hitter Scott Hurst is leading things off. Following him, Kramer Robertson, the shortstop. Batting third and playing at second base, Nolan Gorman. He's the number 2 prospect in the St. Louis system. Batting cleanup at first base tonight, Juan Yepez. Alec Burleson, the left fielder, is hitting 5th. Batting 6th and doing the catching is Ali Sanchez. Evan Mendoza patrolling center field. He's batting 7th, while right fielder Clint Coulter is hitting 8th, making his first appearance in the series. And batting 9th, playing at third base, it is Raider Ascanio, while Memphis will have Zach Thompson doing the pitching tonight with a record of 2-6. Now the starting lineup for the Tides, leading things off. Back in the lineup, Mason McCoy making a rare appearance in the outfield. He's playing in center field this evening. The first baseman, Adley Rutschman, is batting second. He'll be playing at first for the first time after catching the prior 2 days. The designated hitter and batting third is Kelvin Gutierrez. Tyler Nevitt in left field is hitting 4th. Batting 5th, the shortstop once again, Pat Valleca. Domingo Leyba back in the lineup at third base. He's hitting 6th. Batting 7th at right field, Yusniel Diaz. He will be followed by catcher Brett Cumberland. And batting 9th for the Tides, sliding over to second base this evening, it is Rylan Bandit. While big right-hander Mike Baumann is on the mound with a 1-0 mark at a 1.64 ERA. He's had 2 very strong outings with the Tide since coming up from AA Bowie, where he was 3-2 with a 4.89 ERA this season. Tides are managed by Gary Kendall, while Ben Johnson is the skipper for the Memphis Redbirds. So we're ready to go tonight under hazy but mostly clear skies. A couple of stray clouds off in the distance, but plenty of sunshine in the area right now, although the entire infield is in the shadow, as is most of right field at about half of center. Little delay here. The bullpen gate for the visitors was open, so Tyler Nevin, the Tide's left fielder, goes to secure that gate. And now we'll get play underway. Scott Hurst, a left-handed batter. First pitch to him is a strike at the knees. If you're asking yourself, why wouldn't the Redbirds bullpen players close that bullpen gate? Well, there's nobody in the bullpen. It's too hot. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss by Hurst. So at least to begin the game, Memphis has all of its relief pitchers in that third base side dugout. 0-2 pitch, a swing and a foul back here by Hurst. So Mike Baumann going right after the leadoff batter, Scott Hurst, who does not have a hit in this series. He's 0 for 7, although he does have a couple of walks. Baumann fires home. Late swing and a foul opposite way off the bat of Hurst here. 7:06, our official game time. And 93 degrees in downtown Norfolk. 0-2 pitch, swing and a bouncer up the middle. Claimed behind the second base bag by Valleca. The Tide shortstop throws to first, taking down Hurst, 1 away.
The shortstop, number 3, Kramer Robertson.
A lot of defensive changes for the Tides this evening, although Valleca remaining right where he was last night at shortstop after making his Norfolk debut last evening. Shortstop Kramer Robertson batting down for the visitors. The pitch from Baumann to him is high for a ball at 93 miles an hour. He readies and fires home and misses away. Baumann, a relatively quick worker, especially when he's throwing well. Fastball, slider, curveball, change guy. And the delivery here is a little bit high at 92 miles an hour. We'll typically see Mike throw that fastball in that 92, 93, maybe 94 range. 3-0 pitch, and that is a fastball strike at 93. Now, Baumann has been phenomenal in the 2 outings we've seen him in. Small sample size, yes, but impressive. Swinging a pop-up, heading back. Cumberland off with the mask to give it a look, but that one back it out of play. So Baumann has battled back for a full count now on Robertson at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mike Baumann, a 25-year-old, 6'4", 225-pounder. That's all you need to know as to why they simply call him Big Mike. It's a pretty simple nickname, but it is very accurately descriptive. The pitch here is high, ball 4, so a 1-out walk. Robertson aboard.
The second baseman, number 12, Nolan Gorman.
First base runner of the night. Baumann had only 2 walks in 11 innings in his first 2 Tides games. His control had been tremendous. Left-handed hitting second baseman Nolan Gorman at bat down for the Redbirds. Memphis comes in a little bit of a struggle as of late. They have lost 5 in a row now as Baumann misses ball 1 here on Gorman. Gorman 2 for 5 with a triple last night and drove in one of the 5 Redbirds runs. The pitch high again, and now a 2-0 count from Mike Baumann. Baumann's last appearance was 6 days ago on the road in Jacksonville, and he was close to unhittable. Here's the 2-0. There's a rip and a miss here by Gorman. So 2 balls and a strike the count. In fact, Baumann carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning in Jacksonville. The pitch is high for a ball, now 3-1. First hit that Jacksonville had in Baumann's last start was with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Baumann would leave after giving up 1 hit, no runs in 6 frames. This pitch off the outside edge, and there's another walk. So Baumann, after 2 walks total in his first 2 Norfolk starts, has walked back-to-back men here in the opening inning of his 3rd Norfolk appearance. So with 1 down in the opening inning and a scoreless game, 2 men are on from Memphis, and pitching coach Kenny Steenstra is already out for a quick visit here with his young right-hander, one of a number of highly touted pitching prospects in the Orioles system. Certainly a lot of Oriole fans know about Grayson Rodriguez down at AA Bowie. Rodriguez is not only the top pitching prospect in the Orioles system, but the highest ranked pitching prospect in minor league baseball right now. He ranks 17th overall, according to MLB.com, but he's the highest ranking pitcher in their prospect list. Of course, number 1 on that list is Adley Rutschman, who made his Tides debut just 2 days ago and has made an immediate impact. First baseman Juan Yepez is up as we get back to play. They shift on him, and Baumann's pitch is low for a ball. Yepez has 14 home runs. Second on the club, only Kramer Robertson has more. The 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. That's low, down 2-0. So Baumann fighting his control here early. Back-to-back walks, now 2-0 count here on Yepez. The pitch is on the way, low, ball 3. 14 home runs, by the way, for Yepes. Far and away leading the club. In fact, nobody else on the active roster has even gotten to double digits yet. 3-0 pitch. He takes ball 4. 3 straight walks, loading the bases.
The left fielder, number 21, Alec Burleson.
So Robertson down to third base. Gorman into scoring position. With Yepes at first. And left fielder Alec Burleson is at bat. Only his 7th game with the ball club. He was recently promoted from Double-A Springfield. He's swinging first pitch and lifting one high and foul. Well, a little shocked to see that after 3 consecutive walks, including a 4-pitch walk to the prior batter. Burleson is up there swinging first pitch rather than making Bauman throw a strike. Burleson, a product of East Carolina University down in Greenville, only about 2.5, 3 hours away. And Burleson's got some pop, had 14 home runs this year at Double-A Springfield. Tide shifting defensively. Bauman's pitch, check swing and a ball low, and he went as they appealed to the infield umpire. So that'll make it a 0-2 count. Derek Thomas is the home plate umpire tonight. Sean Ryan, the first base umpire, and Brendan Miller, the crew chief, is the umpire at third. Miller, the man that made that swing call on the appeal. So 0-2 count here on the left-handed batter. Runners lead, pitch home, swinging a sharp ground ball, grabbed by Valleca, right side of the diamond. Only play is on to first, throws there, retiring Burleson, while Robertson scampers home from third. Gorman and Yepes advancing as well, and it's 1-0 Memphis. Second RBI for Burleson. Gary Kendall has told us the one thing that he doesn't like about the shift is that occasionally a defense will shift itself out of a double play possibility. And that may well have happened right there. With Valleca fielding that ball to the right of second base, there was nobody at the bag that he could throw to, so his only play was on to first. Kentrelli Sanchez is at bat. And the pitch to him is ball 1. So 2 down, runners at second and third. In Memphis, the early advantage, thanks to 3 walks and an RBI ground down. Pitch to Sanchez. That's ball 2. Sanchez back in the lineup after not playing last night. He was 0 for 3 with a walk in the series opener on Tuesday. That was a shutout Tides victory. Pitch to Sanchez, a wave and a foul tip into the mid of Cumberland for a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Mike Bauman out of Jacksonville University, although he is from Minnesota, not too far from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Now the 2-1, change-up in the dirt. So 3 balls and a strike here on Sanchez. Bauman tells me that he tends to spend most of his summers obviously playing baseball and most of his winters in Florida rather than home in Minnesota. Pretty tough to train at a Minnesota winter. Swing and a line drive up the middle, caught by Ryland Bannon, the second baseman, who was shaded almost behind the second base bag. Hard hit line out by Sanchez ends the inning. Memphis takes advantage of those 3 first-inning walks. They get a run on the ground out by Burleson. At the end of half an inning, it's Memphis 1. The Tides coming up on ESPN Radio 94.1. Well, if coming out to the ballpark a little too much for you tonight with the heat, things will be cooling down in a couple of days. In fact, last time I checked on Sunday, only looking for a high of about 82 or 83 degrees. I hope that forecast stays as is. And if you don't mind a little warm weather, and we do have a nice breeze coming in off the water. Come on out and join us tomorrow night or Saturday night. We've got fireworks, by the way, after the game on Saturday. Time center fielder Mason McCoy leads off with Norfolk down by a run as we go to the bottom of the opening inning. And left-hander Zach Thompson is the man on the hill. He has been throwing very effectively as of late. Into his motion, kicks and fires home, and McCoy takes a called strike. McCoy back in the lineup tonight after a rare day off yesterday. McCoy, the club leader in games played, playing in his 76th game tonight. Swinging here, line drive, base hit, right center field. And McCoy, who's had a hot run over the last 3 or 4 weeks, a sharp single, getting the Tides opening inning underway.
The first baseman, number 36, Adley Rutschman.
So here's Adley Rutschman, the Tide switch hitter, playing at first base tonight. Well, primarily a catcher, he did make 20 appearances at first base with the AA Bowie this year, and doing so for the first time with the Tides. Pitch to Rutschman, batting right-handed, is up and in, ball 1. Rutschman, much better numbers hitting right-handed this year in terms of batting average. Here comes the 1-0, and there's a strike. Gutierrez on deck against Zach Thompson, a 23-year-old, 6'2", 215-pounder. 19th overall pick by the Cardinals in the 2019 draft. He readies and sends it home. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, off the glove of Robertson, reaching to his left. That one deflecting into the outfield. McCoy around third, almost thought about breaking for the plate. Gets the stop sign from Ramon Sambo. And a base hit by Adley Rutschman off the glove of Robertson, who went a long way up the middle, went sliding down on his hip, trying to field that hard hit ground ball, but could not hang on to it. So Rutschman with a single.
The designated hitter, number 13, Kelvin Gutierrez.
So Adley Rutschman now has 4 hits and 9 at-bats since joining the Tides. And Norfolk has first and third with nobody out in the opening inning. And designated hitter Kelvin Gutierrez is up. Gutierrez homered for the Tides 2 days ago in the opening game of the series. Did not play last night. Ball in the dirt here, blocked by Ali Sanchez. 1-0. Zach Thompson out of Selma, Indiana, on the hill. Played at the University of Kentucky. He delivers home and misses high here on Gutierrez, down 2-0. Not quite a shift on, but Gorman, the second baseman, is shaded near the bag, and with Yepes holding Rutschman at first, a big gap on the right side of the infield. Thompson's pitch, swinging a sharp grounder to short, flipped by Robertson to Gorman and back to first for a double play, while McCoy sprints home from third base to tie the game at 1. No RBI for Gutierrez.
Left fielder, number 15,
But the Tides do get a run in. So the bases are clear now with 2 down. And left fielder Tyler Nevin at bat. Like Gutierrez before him, also back in the lineup after a day off. Pitch to Nevin is a big looping breaking pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Nevin struggling as of late, the average down to 218. Pitch on the way, there's that same offering, but that one hangs just a little bit high in the eyes of the home plate umpire. So a 1-1 strike count from Zach Thompson. Only his second professional season. The pitch, swinging a foul at the plate here by Nevin. And just 2 years ago, Thompson was still playing for the Kentucky Wildcats, was drafted, then finished out the 2019 season with 13 games in the rookie and low A ranks in the Cardinal system. Swinging a foul back here by Nevin on the ground. So a pretty big jump for a guy with only 13 games of low-level pro experience to begin this year at AAA. Not like he began at high A or double A and advanced his way up. He's been with Memphis all season. Here's the 1-2, swinging a bouncer off the mound, up behind second, backhanded by Gorman. Plants and delivers on to first to throw out Nevin, ending the inning. But the Tides get a run on 2 base hits. Nobody left, and at the end of 1, we're tied at 1 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Along with our producer and engineer Robbie Vogler, I'm Pete Mishu here at the ballpark. 1-1 tie between the Tides and Memphis. And we go to the top of the second inning. This series, the only time Memphis comes to Harbor Park this year.
For the Redbirds, the center fielder, number 7, Evan Mendoza.
It also marks the first time since 1976 that the Tides have played a team from Memphis, Tennessee. That would have been the old Memphis Blues at the International League back then. It's the first time we've ever had a St. Louis Cardinal affiliate at the AAA level come into Norfolk. Swinging a pop-up behind first off the bat of Mendoza. Rutschman into foul ground to reel it in for the out. 1 pitch, 1 away for Mike Baumann in the second inning.
The right fielder, number 40, Clint Coulter.
Right fielder Clint Coulter to bat down for Memphis. First appearance in this series for the 27-year-old, a former first-round draft pick of the Milwaukee Brewers. Coulter has 8 home runs while batting .253, and the pitch to him is a strike. Defensive shift on the right-handed batter. Coulter with 18 RBIs as well. Baumann the motion and the pitch, and a little bit low. So a 1-1 strike count. The Tides were swept at a 6-game series in Memphis less than a month ago. 1-1 off-break thrown over the head of Cumberland and all the way to the backstop on the fly. Here by Baumann. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Baumann did walk 3 in the opening inning. Here's his 2-1 pitch. That's high. So now 3-1 here on Coulter. Wind blowing right to left once again, 3rd straight day with that wind in off the water blowing towards the picnic area and left. Swinging a foul back here by Coulter. So now 3-2. Moscanio, by the way, is the man on deck. Well, this Memphis team is in the midst of a 15-game winning streak when they swept the Tides in Memphis in July, but they've cooled off quite a bit since then. Here's the right-hander's payoff, low and away, and that's a 4th walk for Mike Baumann. So with 1 out and 1 on, the number 9 hitter.
The third baseman,
Coming up,
Greater Ascanio.
Greater Ascanio is the batter from Memphis. 25-year-old out of Venezuela. 4 walks already, matching a season high for Mike Baumann. And he's only faced 8 batters in the game. Pitch missing for ball 1 on Ascanio. 4 walks against Arkansas back on the 19th of June for Baumann, pitching at Double-A. Comes in here with a strike. And a 1-1 count on Ascanio. Had 2 hits, including a home run for Memphis last evening. Birds have now lost 5 in a row. Swinging a line drive, caught by Blake at short, throws back to first late. Hard hit by Ascanio, but a line out, second line out to the Tides infield.
Designated hitter, Scott Hurst.
And that takes us back to the top of the order for Scott Hurst, who grounded out his first time up. 1-1 tie in the second inning. The whole field now in the shadow. And the pitch home, swinging a foul back. Now back during the earlier portions of the year, June and July, with the sun staying up a little longer, darkness not coming until later, that left field would be treacherous dealing with the setting sun for a good 3 innings plus. Swinging a foul away, but as we get into August and eventually September, the day is not quite as long, and only maybe an inning or so to deal with that setting sun for the left fielder, which is the Sun Field in Norfolk. 2-strike count here on Hurst with 2 down, a man on. Bauman the pitch, off speed, and a soft line drive foul up into the seats on the third base side. About 2 rows into the second section of seats. Off the bat of Scott Hurst, Cal State Fullerton product, a 3rd round Cardinal pick back in 2017. One of 3 left-handed hitters in manager Ben Johnson's batting order. Here's the next pitch, swinging a weak bouncing ball foul outside of first base. So it stays at 0-2. Rutschman to pick that one up and sends it up into a group of youngsters. I would imagine with the baseball club, they're all wearing similar hats, black and gold, sitting just beyond the dugout down that first base side. Another 0-2 pitch. Here it is, low. I mentioned last night on the postgame show that it was nice to see Adley Rutschman and a couple of other Tides players out signing autographs after the game for a while. And I actually saw Adley signing for a couple of minutes before the game today. Again, something we don't see a whole lot of from players today. 1-2 pitch, check swinging a ball down and in. And he held up. So now 2-ball, 2-strike count on Scott Hurst, who's 0 for 8 in this series. So Mike Bauman trying to battle through some early inning struggles. Has walked 4, but only given up 1 run thus far. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the high. Offering at 87 miles an hour. He gets Hurst to chase, and the side retired. No runs, no hits, a man left. We played an inning and a half, a 1-1 tie between the Tides and Memphis, and we're back in a moment with tonight's Why Not Italian Puzzler. Get ready to dial and win when we come back on ESPN Radio 94.1. 1-1 tie. We go to the bottom of inning number 2 at Harbor Park tonight. Each team got a run in the opening frame. Valleca, Leyba, and Diaz in that order for the Tides in the second inning against the left-hander Thompson. And his pitch on the way for a strike. 0-1 on Pat Valleca, made his Tides debut last night. Was 1 for 4. Right-handed hitter, delivery, swing, and a little soft line drive, sinking and falling in shallow center field. Base hit for Valleca. Second hit is a tie for Valleca, just down for the Orioles.
Number 5, Domingo Leyba.
So third baseman Domingo Leyba back in the lineup. And bat down to the Tides. We are in the bottom of the second inning. And that means the Why Not Italian Puzzler comes your way. And your chance to win by simply being the first correct caller at 757-622-1007. Swing and a miss here by Leyba. On the first pitch he sees, 0-1. Only stipulation for our puzzler, 1 winner per household per calendar month. So if you or anyone in your home has already won here in the month of August, you've got to wait until September to play again, but everybody else get ready to dial here in just a moment. The 0-1 pitch to Leba, swinging a sharp grounder to second. Gorman goes to Robertson across the bag and back to first. A 4-6-3 double play.
The right fielder, number 17, Yusniel Diaz.
So with 2 down, Yusniel Diaz, the right fielder, at bat for the Tides here to 1-1 game. All right, time for our Why Not Italian puzzler tonight. Here's the question. Against which major league team has former ODU pitcher Justin Verlander thrown 2 no-hitters? That's our question. Phone lines are open now at 622-1007. Again, the area code 757. And again, 622-1007. If you can tell us which major league club former ODU Monarch Justin Verlander has thrown 2 no-hitters. 1-1 now here on Diaz. Has hit safely in back-to-back games since his return from injury. Thompson's 1-1 pitch, fastball piped in there for a strike, and now a count of 1-2. There's Justin Verlander out of Old Dominion. He's gone on to a great major league career. 1-2 pitch, fly ball, center field. Angling over to his right, the grab made by Mendoza, no problem. So Diaz flies out, and 3 batters faced here in the second for Zach Thompson. We'll let you know if we get a winner on the puzzler when we come back again. Against which major league team has Justin Verlander thrown 2 no-hitters? 622-1007 is our number. We're tied at 1. We go to the third in a moment on ESPN Radio 94.1. Memphis got a run in the opening inning on a bases-loaded ground out by Alec Burleson. The Tides answered back with a first-inning run of their own with Mason McCoy scoring at a Kelvin Gutierrez double play ball.
The shortstop, Kramer Robertson.
So we're tied at 1. We go to the third inning with shortstop Kramer Robertson leading things off here from Memphis. By the way, we did get a winner on the puzzler during the commercial break. Jim Newsom of Virginia Beach, our winner tonight. Congratulations, Jim. Here's the pitch to Robertson. There's a strike from right-hander Mike Baumann. Robertson, Gorman, and Yepes in that order. Here's the delivery on the way, swinging a high fly ball. A little bit towards right center. Over from center, Mason McCoy is there to haul that in, 1 down. Mason McCoy, normally the Tides shortstop. By the way, this is only the 5th time that Mason McCoy has played the outfield in his professional career, and only the 2nd time he's played center field. But again, the Tides have brought in a number of new players as of late, and many of them are infielders. Line drive off the bat of Gorman to the alley in left center. Over to cut it off from left is Nevin, and that holds Gorman to a single as Nevin relays it back in towards Bandit at second base.
The first baseman, Juan Yepes.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Juan Yepes at bat. He walked his first time up. Stadium lights on. Starting to take effect now with the sun setting. Wind still blowing right to left. We're in the third inning, and the pitch is on the way for a strike. By the way, folks here in the ballpark still getting their answers in on the puzzler. So we will give you the answer probably coming up maybe the bottom of this inning or the top of the 4th. Coming up shortly. Yepes taking on the inside edge. There's a called strike from Mike Baumann. Tides are in the home whites this evening. White button-up jersey with Tides written in dark green across the front with orange trim. Small black number underneath the word Tides. Larger black number on the back with Everybody's last name in green lettering. Pitch in the dirt, a swing and a miss. It scoots through the legs of Cumberland, though. And that enables Gorman to dash on to second base. So strikeout of Yepes, 2 down in the inning.
The left fielder, Alec Burleson.
And Gorman now in scoring position. It goes as a wild pitch on Bauman. So with 2 down, left fielder Alec Burleson, who has the lone Memphis RBI, is the man at bat. I mentioned Memphis struggling. They've lost 9 of their last 12, in addition to 5 straight. Dancing away from second is Gorman, distracting Bauman, so he steps off. And now back onto the slab to try it again. Burleson, a left-handed batter. And here's the pitch, low and downside. I referenced earlier the 15-game win streak that Memphis had been on last month. They swept the Tides at a 6-game series in the midst of that winning streak. But since that 15-game win streak, they have gone 4-10. Here's the 1-0, and that one low here on Burleson. Memphis right in front of the Tides in the division race. Memphis is 5th in the Southeast Division. The Tides are 6th. Both clubs are under 500 for the year. 2-0 pitch from Bauman, and that one down low and in. So 3-0 here on Burleson. Already 4 walks for Mike Bauman, matching a season high. As he pauses and pitches and misses up. So there's a new season high, 5 walks for Mike Bauman.
The catcher, Ali Sanchez.
Now, sometimes the mark of talent is not necessarily what you do when you're really on your game, but what you do when you have your B game or your C game. And we could be seeing Mike Bauman tonight without his command, but trying to battle through, and again, at this point, has only given up a run. Ali Sanchez hit the ball hard, lined out his first time up, and he takes ball 1 here low. Rutschman playing away for the bag at first with a right-handed hitter up and 2 down. Runners leading with Gorman and Burleson. And here's the pitch. That's high, 2-0. The Tides infield has Rutschman at first. Bannon at second. Valleca, the shortstop. Leyba over at third base. Around the outfield, it's Nevin in left. McCoy making that rare appearance in the outfield that we noted in center. And Diaz in right. Cumberland does the catching. And Bauman completes the battery. The 2-0 pitch, swinging a high fly ball, well hit to center. McCoy drifting back, has a read on it though. A little bit to the left side of straightaway center and shy of the track for the catch. So Mike Bauman battling through season high 5 walks, but has only allowed 1 hit and 1 run. We go to the bottom half of the third, tied at 1 between the Tides and Memphis on ESPN Radio 94.1. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you in part by DBAT Virginia Beach, the nation's premier baseball and softball training facility. Find them online at dbatvirginiabeach.com.
For the Tides, the catcher, Brett Cumberland.
Cumberland, Bannon, then back to the top of the order for McCoy. Here in the 3rd inning in a 1-1 ball game at Harbor Park tonight with a decent crowd on hand despite the hot conditions. Well, even with the sun gone, it's still a very warm evening. Heat index was about 105 when we got things started at 7:05 tonight. We're not quite an hour in. The pitch is a strike, and the next one here from Zach Thompson bouncing up towards the plate. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Cumberland Switch hitter in here from the right side. This is his weaker side. Cumberland hits just 180 as a right-handed hitter. The kick and the pinch, a swing and a foul back here into the screen. It's all 1-2 strike count from Zach Thompson, former Kentucky Wildcat. 2-6 record, a 6.61 ERA, making his 14th start and 16th appearance. Delivery, a swing at a little chopper foul over by the third base side dugout off the bat of Cumberland. I mentioned earlier you'd have to go back to 1976 to find the last time the Tides played a team from Memphis. The 1-2 pitch is high. The Memphis Blues were members of the IL for 3 years, 74, 75, and 76. They were initially a Montreal Expo farm club. Gary Carter, probably the biggest name that played with them. 2-2 pitch, pulled foul high in the air off to the left by Cumberland. And then the Blues finished up as an Astro affiliate. Probably didn't have anybody of the ilk of a Gary Carter, but some good players. Terry Poole, Art Howe among them. The next pitch, Cumberland a swing and a foul back, so a good battle here as Cumberland hangs tough. Cumberland was in as the designated hitter last night, went 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Does find ways of getting on base, a lot of walks, and a league-leading 28 hit-by pitches this year. The pitch is on the way, swing and a line drive, base hit to left. That's a really good at-bat for Brett Cumberland. With Adley Rutschman now on the ball club, and you would obviously assume that Rutschman will get the majority of the time behind the plate, so it's really critical, I think, for Brett Cumberland to deliver offensively. That way, Gary Kendall can keep him in the lineup as a designated hitter. And of course, Cumberland will get those games behind the plate when Rutschman either has a day off or plays at first base. Pitch up high here on Bandon. 1 ball, no strikes. Rylan Bandon, a multi-home run game last night. Just the second of his career. He could not even remember when it had happened before. We asked him on the pregame show. Pitch high here on Bandon, 2-0. Back in April of 2018, playing with Rancho Cucamonga back when he was in the Dodgers organization. He had a 3-home run game and had not had a multi-homer contest since until last night. 2-0 pitch. He takes off speed, in for a strike from Thompson. Now 2-1. Bandit now with 6 home runs on the year, 16 RBIs. But a tough campaign for the Xavier University product. Got off to a slow start, then missed a big chunk of time with an injury. 2-1, fastball just away. And a kick at the dirt down at the bottom of the hill here by Thompson. With the count now at 3 balls and a strike. Now, there are those that, at least I've read in the Baltimore media, that say this could be a make or break kind of a year for a guy like Rylan Bandon. The pitch is low and in. There's a walk, and the Tides have 2 men on here in the 3rd inning.
$1 for every walk this season. The K9s for Warriors.
1-1 tie here in the 3rd.
Center fielder, Mason McCoy.
Nobody out. And Mason McCoy is at bat. At a line drive into right center field in the opening inning. And here's the pitch. Slow breaking ball missing in. So 1-0 count. McCoy batting at .234. And here's the Thompson pitch. Fastball up. 90 miles an hour there. So a 2-0 count. While the Tides hosted a Memphis team back in the 1970s, this is the first time a AAA St. Louis Cardinal affiliate has been in to face the Tides. The pitch here high. Here on McCoy, now 3-0. The only prior time a St. Louis affiliate came into Hampton Roads to play the Tides were when the Tides were a single A affiliate in the Carolina League of the Chicago White Sox back in the 60s. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike. In 1965, the Tides hosted the single A Raleigh Cardinals in the Carolina League. That, by the way, was the same season in which the Tides won the Carolina League title. 3-1 offering is a strike. Belled high. McCoy was headed down to first. But Derek Thomas says it's good enough. So the count at 3-2. Cumberland at second. Bandon not being held at first. And the left-hander ready to deal. High leg kick. Pitch home. Swinging a bouncing ball by third. Grabbed by Ascanio. Throws to second and back to first. The tally by Gorman on there in time for the double play. 5-4-3. Ascanio to Gorman and on to Yepes. Cumberland goes down to third. That ball had Ascanio kind of backing up on the hop, so he could not run on to third, instead threw to second and started the 5-4-3. Second double play by the Memphis defense. So it's up to first baseman Adley Rutschman, the #1 prospect in baseball. The pitch is a strike. Rutschman 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position with 3 RBIs in his first 2 career AAA games. And here's the pitch. Fastball off the inside edge, 1-1. Rutschman out of Oregon State University. First overall pick in the 2019 draft. The pitch on the way, and that one is downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Well, the last time the Orioles took a catcher in the opening round was Matt Wieters back in 2007. He turned out to have a pretty good solid career. Their last #1 overall pick was Ben McDonald, the big right-hander out of LSU in 1989. 2-1, a swing and a foul at the plate here by Rutschman. So a 2-2 count. Adley Rutschman, just 23 years old. 6'2", 220. Big guy, good power, 18 home runs at AA this year. Had the decisive RBI hit last night in the Tides comeback win. Now the 2-2, breaking ball, not even close. Slipping out of the hands of Thompson and up and away. Now a 3-2 count on Rutschman. He was tied for 5th at home runs in his AA league before coming up a few days ago. The payoff pitch is on the way. A swing and a foul. That one back off the glove of Sanchez and rolling to the backstop. So it stays at 3-2. By the way, we're going to have the answer to the puzzler for you coming up in the top of the 4th inning, so just a few minutes away to get that answer. Cumberland down at third base leading away. Another payoff pitch to Adley Rutschman. Here it is, swinging a line drive into left field. That is down, and one hops the fence. In to score is Cumberland. On his way to second, Adley Rutschman. Now 3 for 3 with runners in scoring position, and he gives the Tides a third inning lead. That is 4 RBIs in 3 Tides games for Adley Rutschman.
The designated hitter, Kelvin Gutierrez.
And the pitching coach coming out to meet here with Thompson. Well, it's become clearly evident, although we knew it even before Adley got here, but even more so watching him in person, that he does not miss opportunities very often when a pitcher makes a mistake, whether a pitch is out over the plate, maybe higher or lower than desired. Rutschman tends to put good wood on it. He drove that liner beyond the grasp of Burleson and one hop the fence and left. So the Tides are up by a 2-1 score here in this third inning. And we made the point last night on our broadcast, and we talked with Ryland Bannon of the Tides about it on the pregame show, that, boy, on paper, this Norfolk team has, without a doubt, more talent on the club right now than we have seen all year. You look down over the last couple of days now with people like Rutschman and Leba and Valeka joining the roster. Diaz back from injury. Some guys out there in the bullpen as well. The pitch to Gutierrez, high ball 1. I mean, you could almost put together as good a team on the bench on a given night as the Tides were starting in the first month of the year. The 1-0 pitch, a foul back. And tonight, case in point, look at the guys that are on the bench for the Tides. Jemai Jones not playing tonight. J.C. Escara not playing tonight. Zach Jarrett not playing tonight. Stevie Wilkerson not playing tonight again. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Overhand breaking ball hanging high. And while the Tides are certainly too far back to have any thoughts of making a run in the division, they're 20.5 back of first place Durham. But boy, top to bottom, far more depth on this roster than we've seen throughout the year. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball in at 92. Now 3 balls and a strike on Gutierrez. Who bounced into a double play in the opening innings. In fact, that's 3 double plays that Memphis has turned. Gutierrez, Leba, and McCoy hitting into twin killings in each of the opening 3 innings. Hard ground ball to third, but the scoop by Ascanio takes his time, sends it on to first. Perfect throw, retires Gutierrez, and ends the inning. But Adley Rutschman does it again, drives in another run with a 2-out double, and the Tides have taken a 2-1 lead. We go to the 4th inning. We'll give you the puzzler answer when we come back in a moment on ESPN Radio 94.1. Bottom 3 in the Memphis batting order as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Pete Michaud on ESPN Radio 94.1 tonight. Robbie Vogler back at our studio. Evan Mendoza, the center fielder, popped out his first time up. He leads off the inning. The first pitch from Mike Baumann, a strike. Well, Baumann battling through these opening frames, sees at high 5 walks already, but has only allowed 1 run on 1 hit. Working quickly, firing home, a cut and a whiff here by Mendoza, and now 0-2 the count. On on the 25-year-old out of North Carolina State University, Evan Mendoza, who drove it a run last night. Now the 0-2 pitch off the plate away. So a ball and 2 strikes. Coulter on deck, Ascanio third here in the inning. For manager Ben Johnson, who not only leads the coaching staff but coaches at third base. 1-2 pitch is low, and that evens up the count. Ben Johnson, in his second year, he's only 40 years old. He's a Memphis native, by the way, and now managing his hometown team. Memphis has only 3 coaches, which is almost unheard of these days. Swing and a miss, and on strikes, down goes Mendoza. Third K for Baumann. That strikeout, by the way, brought to us by Drufen, delivering local craft beer directly to your front door. Visit Drufen.com today. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 4th inning. Right fielder Clint Coulter at bat. The pitch to him is high for a ball. Now, I can recall a few years ago when the Tides had a 3-man coaching staff: manager, pitching coach, hitting coach. As Coulter tried to check the swing and went around too far. But most teams, even at the AAA level, have 5 or 6 coaches now. The 1-1 pitch, swing, and that one lifted back foul, clears the screen. And that's not counting the strength and conditioning guys who they refer to as strength and conditioning coaches. The Tides have a manager, pitching coach, hitting coach, third base coach, first base coach. Here's the pitch at the knees, called strike 3. And Coulter, pretty upset with that call, thought that delivery from Baumann was low. Back-to-back Ks here in the inning. Third baseman Raider Ascanio coming up here. Well, we told you we would give you the answer to the wind-out Italian puzzler here in this inning, so we better get to it with 2 down. Jim Newsom of Virginia Beach, by the way, was our winner, as we asked which major league team Justin Verlander, the former Old Dominion Monarch, of course, has gone on to a great big league career with the Tigers and Astros, and thrown 2 no-hitters against. 1-0 pitch high. And Justin Verlander has 3 no-hitters in his career, the most recent of which was in 2019, pitching with the Astros on the road in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Pitch low on Ascanio, 3-0 here from Baumann. And the pitch is bounced, goodness, 7 or 8 feet in front of the plate here by Baumann. That's ball 4, a 2-out walk to Ascanio. That is now 6 walks for Mike Baumann. Now, Verlander's first no-hitter was back in 2007 while pitching for the Tigers. He turned the trick at home against the Milwaukee Brewers. Then 4 years later, still with Detroit, he threw his second career no-hitter. That was in Toronto against the Jays. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. With a shift on, Valleca back to his right, and the Tide shortstop throws across to cut down Scott Hurst. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left. End of 3.5 innings. Tides up 2-1. And we'll continue talking about Justin Verlander and his no-hitters when we come back in a moment on ESPN Radio 94.1. Tides up by a 2-1 count. A run batted in from Adley Rutschman last inning with 2 down, giving the Tides the lead. Well, he has certainly lived up to the billing in his move up here to AAA. Just 1 stop down from Camden Yards. Tyler Nevin leads off the 4th inning with Valleca and Leyba to follow. First pitch, hanging breaking ball, pulled foul. Down by the end of the third base side dugout off the bat of Tyler Nevin, who bounced down 4-3 his first time up. Tides have action, by the way, in their bullpen. Newcomer Ryan Hartman, a left-handed thrower, recently acquired from the Astros off waivers. He is loose hitting and apparently about to come on and make his Tides debut. One strike pitch to Nevin, off speed and up. So last half inning, we were talking about Justin Verlander, his 3 no-hitters. As the 1-1 is swung on and skied, a pop-up left side of the infield. Ascanio and Robertson there. Who wants it? It'll be the shortstop, Robertson. Ascanio had to run out of the way to make sure he did not interfere with his teammate making the play. A pop out off the bat of Nevin, 1 down.
The shortstop, Pat Galeka.
So as we told you, Verlander's first no-hitter was against Milwaukee, but then in 2011 he turned the trick in Toronto, and 2 years ago did it once again up north of the border against the Blue Jays. So that's the answer to the question. The Toronto Blue Jays, the team that Verlander has no-hit twice. Pitch here on the way on Pat Galeka. Justin Verlander in some very rarefied air with those no-hitters. Pitch by Thompson, bounced to the backstop here. You've got a lot of guys with 2 no-hitters, but only 2 in history have had more than 3. The 1-1 skied, hit pretty well right center, but where the breeze will knock that ball down and right into the glove of Clint Colton. 2 outs in the inning. Third baseman Domingo Leyva making his way up. Now, of course, Verlander, even with the 3, is in some pretty prestigious company. Bob Feller threw 3 no-hitters. Cy Young had 3. Of course, they're both in the Hall of Fame. And the only pitchers with more, Sandy Koufax, who threw 4 for the Dodgers, and Nolan Ryan, the all-time leader, with 7. The pitch on the way, off speed, dropping in for a strike on third baseman Domingo Leyva. Two 1 Tides in front here in the 4th. 2 down, nobody on. The pitch lifted away foul here by Domingo Leyva off to the right. Justin Verlander, of course, out of Old Dominion. Leyva bounced into a double play his first time up. Thompson the pitch. This one is yanked foul up and over the upper deck on the left side. Leyva was so far out in front of it. So the count at 0-2. If you're an Old Dominion baseball fan, you certainly know what a great year they had this past season. Nationally regarded, making it to the NCAA tournament. Leyva takes high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. There have not been very many ODU Monarchs making the major leagues. The pitch, swing, a line drive, and that one between Robertson and Ascanio and into left field for a 2-out single for Leyva. Right fielder Yusniel Diaz gets an opportunity now.
Right fielder, Yusniel Diaz.
Well, among pitchers like Verlander, he is far and away the best Old Dominion has ever produced. 226 career major league wins, an 8-time All-Star. Next on the list would be Daniel Hudson, the Princess Anne High School product, who then went on to Old Dominion. Of course, Hudson's been primarily a reliever in his career. Ryan Yarborough, pitching right now with the Tampa Bay Rays. He's an Old Dominion product. Here's the pitch, swing, and a towering Yusniel Diaz pop-up. Right side of the infield, second baseman camped out beneath it and making the play. That's Nolan Gorman for the out on Diaz. Side retired, one hit, one man left. We played 4 in Norfolk tonight with the Tides in front of Memphis 2-1 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Tides have won the opening 2 in this series, trying to make it 3 for 3 against the Memphis Redbirds. They're up by 2-1 count here. They have out-hit the visitors 6-1. Tides pitching has been really impressive, especially the starting pitching as of late. Over the last 9 games, Tides starters have posted a 2.30 ERA. 3 times they have carried no hitters into the 6th inning in their last 9 appearances. And here tonight, starter Mike Baumann goes the opening 4, and while he did certainly struggle with his control, walking a season-high 6, he only allowed 1 hit and 1 run. Of course, he could not qualify for the win, only going 4 innings tonight as the Tides welcome a new pitcher to the hill here in the 5th inning. This is left-hander Ryan Hartman making his Tides debut. Leadoff batter is Kramer Robertson, the shortstop. First pitch is a strike from Hartman, who was grabbed off waivers by the Orioles from the Astros. Not quite 2 weeks ago, swinging a high, towering foul fly off to the right side stands here off the bat of Robertson, who has walked, flied out, and scored the only Memphis run. That was in the top of the 1st inning when Baumann walked 3 straight. Hartman, the motion, the pitch, and a swing and a foul down into the shin guards of Brett Cumberland. Ryan Hartman, 6'3", 234-pounder, out of Anaheim, California. Played his college baseball at Tennessee Wesleyan in Athens, Tennessee. He was drafted by the Astros in the 9th round 5 years ago. 0-2 count on the first batter he sees, and this pitch is lifted away foul by Robertson. Off to the right once again. Hartman had 1 game with the Astros, made his major league debut earlier this season. Aside from that, it spent the year with their AAA team in Sugar Land, Texas. Pitch outside on Robertson. That would be the Sugar Land Skeeters, which I guess is how you say mosquito with a little Texas twang, a skeeter. 1 ball, 2 strike count, and here's the pitch. A swing and a high foul away off to the right. So it stays at 1-2. Here on Hartman, he was 3-3 with the Astros AAA club this year, a 5.03 ERA. He was primarily a starter with the Skeeters. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball missed in on a check swing. Robertson able to hold off, and now the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch, and the changeup is low. Well, the count on the scoreboard must have been wrong. It said 3-2, but Robertson not heading down to first, so it must be 3-2 now. 2-1 Tides here in the top of the 5th. Hartman pitching home, swinging a big bounder, pulled foul. I'll put over the head of the manager and third base coach Ben Johnson down there. So Robertson hanging tough here against Hartman. And we'll try another payoff pitch. It is on the way. Fastball swinging a bouncer left side. To his left, cut off by Leba, throws across to the Tides third baseman, able to throw out Robertson. Fine play by Leba to cut in front of Olega, who
The second baseman, Nolan
would have needed
Gorman.
a very strong arm to make that play, as well as Robertson gets down that line, so Leba cut in front of him. Got to it quicker and had a better angle to make a throw. One down in the inning. Second baseman Nolan Gorman is up, the number 2 prospect in the St. Louis system. He has walked and singled in this one. Tide shifting defensively, and there's ball 1 outside here from Ryan Hartman. By the way, the number 1 prospect in the Cardinal system is also on this Memphis team. That is pitcher Matthew Liberatore, who we saw in the series opener on Tuesday night. He looked pretty solid, but took the loss as the Tides won that opening game 4-0. 1-1 pitch, swing to line drive at a left, sinking and falling down in front of Nevin. 1-out single here for Gorman. Gorman now has 4 hits in this series.
Attention fans, Denny Figueroa. Denny Figueroa.
So 1 out, 1 on,
information
and
to
the
the
first
final
baseman
concourse.
Yepes coming up
The
here.
first baseman, Juan Yepes.
The Tide starter tonight, Mike Baumann, went 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 1 hit. He did walk a season-high 6 while striking out 4, and he threw 72 pitches. Only 37 were strikes. So certainly an off night, but kept his team in it, only allowing the 1 run. Little tapper here at the plate by Yepes for a foul ball. Over on the third base side, so the count 0-1. Memphis tonight wears the road gray once again. Same look they've given us every game, the gray jersey with Memphis written in red and white across the front, the letter M in the shape of a musical note. Red and white number on the back. Pitch from Hartman, knocked back foul. 0-2. Memphis wears the road gray pants. Their caps have the red brims. The main body of the hat is dark blue, and the Memphis M is on the cap as well. Here's the 0-2, bounced up here by Hartman. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Juan Yepes, who has walked and struck out. Yepes has 17 RBIs in his last 18 games. He's got Gorman, who runs well at first base. Not quite a ship, but Ryland Bandon is very near second base. A pitch from Hartman, swinging a bouncer foul, and fielded by manager Ben Johnson over at the coaching box and sent up into the crowd on this Thursday night. A warm night it is. We were 93 degrees when we got things started. Heat index of 105. Haven't cooled down a whole lot, still 89 here at 8:30 at night. The pitch from Hartman missing for a ball. Heat index still 101. And tomorrow looking for another scorcher, 96 for a high. A little better on Saturday, 91, and then some much more comfortable weather comes in starting on Sunday. Swinging a foul away here by Yepes. Just 82 for a high on Sunday. Tides will be on the road next week, by the way. They head down to Charlotte for a 3rd visit into the Queen City this year. So this is just a 1-week-long homestand. 2-2 the count. The pitch off speed and low. The Tides early in the year had quite a few 2-week-long homestands, 2-week-long road trips, but now pretty much into the 1-week home, 1-week away routine. There's only one exception. They do have a 2-week-long homestand coming up at the end of this month, with Jacksonville in for 1 week and Charlotte in to close out August and carry us into the first week of September. 3-2 the count on Yepes here from Hartman at his Tides debut. Here's the pitch. Gorman runs. Delivery high, though. Ball 4. So the Redbirds have 2 men on in the inning.
The left fielder, Alec Burleson.
And the number 5 hitter, Alec Burleson, the East Carolina University product. Coming up. Tides, meanwhile, have action in the bullpen with right here David LeBron warming up. He has looked really good since he's joined the ball club. So he's loosening up. It's a 2-1 Tides lead here in the 5th inning. Kenny Steenstrout, the whole infield converging on the mound as well for this talk here with Hartman. In this 5th inning, it is time for our drive around Birdland. Brought to us by Venture Tours, the official motor coach company of the Tides. Ride in style wherever your group is going with Venture Tours. Here's the pitch, and that one low here on Burleson, 1-0. On our drive around Birdland today, if you did not hear the news, Oriole slugger Chris Davis announced his retirement earlier today, citing his hip injury that has kept him out of commission for some time. Pitch on the way, breaking ball strike here from Hartman. Davis originally arrived in Baltimore from Texas in 2011 in a trade for Koji Uehara. Davis ranked 6th in home runs and 10th in walks in Oriole history. Pitch down low. Of course, there was that stretch of a few years there where Chris Davis was perhaps the most feared slugger in the game. And then really just kind of somehow lost it. And then eventually had the hip injury and has not been able to come back. The pitch to Burleson in the dirt here from Hartman. Of course, Oriole fans still make so much of the contract that Chris Davis signed. But boy, there's a guy who gave everything he had to the Orioles. Can't fault him if you don't feel like he was worth the money. Of course, you can certainly make an argument to give anybody a contract for that much money for that long is a huge gamble. We've seen it with others, though. Albert Pujols got that 10-year deal with the Angels. 3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball into the alley in left center field, will not be caught. That one bouncing to the fence. Around third is Gorman. Heads home to score. Rounding third, Yepes. He's waved home. The relay throw from Bandon nowhere near in time. Yepes scores standing. Burleson at second with a 2 RBI double off Hartman. And that puts Memphis in front, 3-2. Alec Burleson has all 3 Memphis RBIs as he drives one into the alley in left center field. So Ryan Hartman's debut with the Tides is not going to be a good one, as he's going to be lifted here by Gary Kendall after retiring just 1 of 4 men faced and giving up the lead here in the 5th inning. So David LeBron is out of the Tides bullpen. We've got a call to the pen, and we're back in a moment on ESPN Radio 94.1. So right-hander David LeBron is on from the bullpen. He was absolutely dominant the last time we saw him 5 days ago. That was on the road in Jacksonville. He pitched the final 3 innings of that game that night. He picked up the save. No hits, no runs, no walks. Didn't strike anybody out, but just pitched to contact. And everything hit hard against him.
The
He
catcher,
comes on here in the stead of Ryan Hartman, who's given up 2 runs. He's also responsible for the man at second base, Alec Burleson. Redbirds have now taken a 3-2 lead. And Ali Sanchez, the right-handed hitting catcher, is up. He is lined out and flied out 0 for 2. As LeBron pitches home and misses low, ball 1. 27 years of age is David LeBron, out of the Miami, Florida area, Homestead to be exact. .5'11", 190-pounder. He readies and pitches home, swinging a sharp ground ball. Base hit between the shortstop and third baseman. Nevitt is on to quickly sending it in. Down to third base goes Burleson. And Sanchez with a seeing eye single has now given Memphis 4 consecutive men reaching base. Still 1 out in the inning. Center fielder Evan Mendoza becoming the hitter. He has popped out and struck out. Tides at double play depth here with 1 down. Rutschman holds on the runner at first, and the pitch home is bunted. First base side, Rutschman grabbing it, looking back, no chance for a play anywhere. Bandon could not get onto first base in time to cover. No chance for a flip home to Cumberland, with a streaking Burleson to score standing on the play. And it's a bunt base hit by Mendoza that makes it
The right fielder, Clint Coulter.
a 4-2 lead. Right fielder Clint Coulter is up with 2 men on here. And here's the pitch. That went inside for a ball. Coulter has walked and struck out. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss here by Coulter. Yeah, the scoreboard says it's 5-2, but it is a 4-2 game. I was just checking my card to make sure I'd not making a mistake. But we've had 3 runs in this inning, and now they've got it right. You know, we hope the scorekeeper doesn't know something that we don't. Maybe he's a seer into the future as we get a foul ball away. Still just 1 out in the inning. 5 straight men have reached base. And Coulter is the 7th man to bat here in the inning. Of course, last night, Memphis had a 5-1 lead. And the Tides rallied to win, matching their biggest come-from-behind victory of the year. LeBron readies, fires home, swing and a miss. So Coulter out on strikes. 2 down here in the inning. We were talking about Chris Davis's retirement, officially announced today as part of our drive around Birdland. And speaking of the Orioles, the big league club played today and lost at home to the Tigers 6-4. As the pitch is grounded foul here by Ascanio, and the count 0-1. Despite the loss, good day today for former Tide DJ Stewart. 2 home runs for Stewart. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a high pop-up back and out of play. Also a home run today for another former Tide, Renato Nunez of Baltimore. Former Tide John Means, by the way, took the loss for the Orioles today. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball up the middle. A dive, grabbed by Valleca, comes up throwing to first, a one-hopper late, and on a head-first dive, Raider Escanio beats it out for an infield hit. But a fine play by Valleca to lay out behind the second base bag to come up with that ball. And although he did not throw out Escanio, his play keeps a run from scoring. Sanchez had to stop at third base. Mendoza on to second, so the bases are now loaded. That's 3 hits among 4 batters faced by LeBron, although a seeing eye single, a bunt base hit, and an infield hit here. Back to the top of the order, Scott Hurst, 9th man to bat in the inning. And here's the pitch from LeBron. That one down and in. By the way, Miguel Cabrera did not play today for the Tigers after hitting his 499th home run last night. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. In fact, according to reports, Miguel Cabrera heading back to Detroit, with this being the final game of the road trip for the Tigers today. Pitch down low here on Hurst. And certainly manager A.J. Hinch, and I'd imagine everybody in the Tiger organization wants Cabrera to hit number 500 at home. So that's why he did not play today in Baltimore. 2-1 pitch. Skied foul down the left side, had a play off the bat of Hurst. The Tigers, by the way, kick off a 3-game home series against the Indians tomorrow night. Then they've got the Angels coming in after that if Cabrera does not get it done in that first series back at home. Scott Hurst 0 for 3, couple of ground outs, had a strikeout, bases full, 2 down. LeBron's pitch, wave and a miss off speed. LeBron fools him, his second strikeout. That ends the inning. 3-run score, all of them charged to Hartman.
Explore a world of
5 hits in the inning, 3 men left on. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Memphis 4, Tides 2 on ESPN Radio 94.1. The Tides will try to do it in come from behind fashion once again. Tonight trailing by a pair as they come to bat in the home half of the 5th inning. Along with our producer and engineer, Robbie Vogler, I'm Pete Fisher at the ballpark tonight.
The catcher, Brett Cumberland.
Cumberland, Bannon, and McCoy in that order in the 5th inning against the left-hander Zach Johnson, Zach Thompson, I should say, who's gone all the way for Memphis. I wouldn't mind seeing Zach Johnson out there either. Great golfer, 2-time major champion, but probably not much of a pitcher as far as I know. Thompson missing high, 1 ball, no strikes. Cumberland a single, a run scored in his only prior at bat in this game. A pitch home, he takes in there for a called strike. 1-1. Tomorrow night, another 7:05 game. Perfect night to bring the kids tomorrow. It's our youth jersey giveaway night. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bender up high. First 2,000 kids, 17 and under, tomorrow receive a USA-themed Tides youth jersey, courtesy of Gatorade and the Hampton Road Show. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss. Good fastball. And a 2-2 count here on Cumberland. As the average back to the Mendoza line here with that third inning single. And the pitch home. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes here, though. One down in the fifth inning with the Tides down by a pair.
The second baseman, Ryland Bannon.
Ryland Bannon walked his first time up. And the 2 home runs last night. Xavier University product. He's from Illinois. And the pitch here is strike. Not sure if he's from the northern part of the state or southern Illinois. I know down there in the southern part of the state, not far from St. Louis, it can get really hot. Ground ball bounced on one hop to third. A backhand play and a throw across by Ascanio for the out. Pretty well hit by Bannon, but a 5-3 bounce out. 2 outs in the inning. Back to the top of the order for center fielder Mason McCoy. Again, making just his second career appearance in center. And only his 5th career appearance in the outfield. You've got Pat Valleca here. He's played shortstop both games since arriving. But McCoy's bat has been one of the better ones on the club lately. Got to figure out how to get him in the lineup. Pitch here's ball 1 on McCoy, 1 for 2 with a run. As Thompson fires home, there's a strike. Tomorrow, by the way, right-hander Felke Peralta, recently up from Double-A, makes an appearance for the Tides. Here's the 1-1 out in front. He pulls a ground ball foul off the fencing in front of the third base side dugout. Utilized here by the Memphis Redbirds, St. Louis Cardinal affiliate. You can walk just a few blocks away from the ballpark in Memphis as we get a called strike 3 at the knees, and McCoy is out on strikes. I'll continue the thought in a moment. A 1-2-3 inning here for Thompson. We played 5 tonight in Norfolk. Memphis 4, Tides 2 on ESPN Radio 94.1.
Hitting off the top of the 6th for the Redbirds, the shortstop, Kramer Robertson.
Right-hander David LeBron stays on the hill for the Tides. Memphis to bat here in the 6th inning. They're up by a pair now after scoring 3 times against Ryan Hartman in his Tides debut last inning. LeBron fires home, and there's a strike here on Kramer Robertson. The shortstop, he has walked, flied out, and bounced out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a foul back. Pitch was up, and Robertson knocks it back into the screen. Yeah, looks like the weather once again having an impact around AAA East play. 2 more postponements today up north. Seems like a lot more rain up in the northeast this year than in the southeast or the Midwest division. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Nice short hop pick and a throw across for the out by Leyva. And didn't have time to charge in or back up, so he had to come up with a short hop and did so. Takes care of Robertson, 1 away.
The second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Second baseman Nolan Gorman at bat here from Memphis. Rain wiping out the scheduled game today in Worcester between the Red Sox and the Syracuse Mets. So they'll try to play a doubleheader tomorrow at Polar Park. Shift is on, pitch up high off the glove of Cumberland, ball 1. Here on Nolan Gorman, who has not been retired, has 2 singles and a walk, has scored a run. 4-2 Memphis here in the 6th inning. LeBron the pitch, and a swing and a miss. 1-1. Also rained at Huntington Park in Columbus tonight. Columbus and Toledo, which has now just taken over the lead in the Midwest Division, rained out. The pitch, hard grounder foul outside of first. So Toledo and Columbus will try to make that up as part of a doubleheader, not tomorrow, but on Saturday in Columbus, Ohio. Everybody else is playing tonight. Nashville being hammered in Louisville. 12-2 for the Bats in the 7th inning. Pitch, swing and a smash. That is fair by the diving Rutschman down the first baseline into the corner. Gorman's on his way to second base. Ball retrieved and sent back in by Diaz. And it's a double and a 3-hit game for Nolan Gorman. Gorman smoked a line drive that landed right at the chalk line, back behind first. Rutschman with a dive to his glove side. Almost made the play, but couldn't quite reach it.
The first baseman, Juan Yepez.
Seventh hit for Memphis. Juan Yepez, the first baseman, is the batter. 0 for 1 with the strikeout, although he's walked twice. 14 home runs, leads the club. And LeBron the pitch, a little bit high. Rochester and Buffalo in the 6th inning at Salem Field in Buffalo. Just a few days ago that Buffalo finally got back to their home ballpark after playing the first half, 2/3 of the year in Trenton, New Jersey. Here's the 1-0, that's up. But once the Blue Jays got back to Toronto, they did not need to play in Buffalo anymore. So the Bisons could now go back home. Scranton-Wilkes-Barre, an 8-2 lead on Lehigh Valley. That game is in the 5th. Scranton's now fallen a game behind Buffalo in the Northeast Division. The 2-0 pitch, off speed in there. And we had 2 of the 3 divisions see lead changes in their standings last night. Buffalo finally overtaking Scranton after the Rail Riders had led that Northeast for a long time. And Toledo overtaking Omaha to grab the top spot in the Midwest. Here's the 2-1 pitch and a cut and nothing but breeze here for Yepez, 2-2. Charlotte and Jacksonville are in the 6th inning down in Northeast Florida. 5-2 Charlotte lead over the Jumbo Shrimp. Charlotte will be the Tide's next opponent, starting a series in Charlotte next Tuesday night. 2-2 the count on the right-handed hitter. David LeBron pitching home, swinging a high foul fly off to the left and out of play. St. Paul a 3-1 lead in Indianapolis tonight. They're in the 6th inning at Victory Field. Gwinnett and Durham after a long doubleheader. Last evening, they did not start game 2 of the doubleheader until about 10:30 last night. Playing just a single game tonight, Gwinnett a 1-0 lead in the 8th inning. There's only been 5 hits total between the 2 teams in that game, so a pitcher's duel at Coolray Field. Still 2-2 here on Yepez. Iowa and Omaha, the only other game on the league schedule, by the way. Omaha 1-0 advantage at home over Iowa in the 3rd. Here's the pitch, and that low, and now it's gone full here on Yepez. Tide's down by a pair. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 6th. And now time called. Plenty of Major League Baseball going on today. In fact, a number of day games on the schedule. And pretty shrewd by Major League Baseball what they did today. I like it. I'll explain here in a moment. 3-2 pitch to Yepez. Here it comes, and that is low ball 4. So a walk, and now it's first and second with 1 down for left fielder Alec Burleson.
Left fielder, Alec Burleson.
Well, I'm not sure if this was done per any kind of an order or edict from Major League Baseball, or if it just happened to be the way the schedule played out. But I like the fact that most teams in Major League Baseball played a day game today. You do have a couple of late games out on the West Coast, but no other games right now in prime time to conflict and take attention away from the Field of Dreams game in Iowa. First Major League Baseball game ever played in the state of Iowa. Yankees and White Sox paying homage to the fan favorite movie from the late 80s, starring Kevin Costner. Pitch all man Burleson takes a fastball for a strike. And it's really kind of cool the way they've built the field there. Same location which they had the field for the movie, although they obviously built stands for fans. They put in an outfield fence as well. Here's the 0-1. That down low, although they've still got the corn. They built the outfield fence, and they actually have corn depicted on the outfield fence, so it kind of blends in with the real corn growing behind the outfield fence. So it's a pretty unique look they have. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Punch foul left side. Kevin Costner is on hand in Dyersville, Iowa. Of course, he was the star of the movie. He came walking out through the corn, as did many of the players, just as they did in the film. And the Yankees and the White Sox wearing kind of throwback style uniforms. Of course, Joe Jackson and several of the White Sox depicted in the film. Here's the 1-2, a foul back up towards the suites. By the way, the Yankees have a pretty good run going in recent weeks. They played some pretty good baseball, made a couple of big acquisitions at the trade deadline, trying to fight their way into a playoff spot. 6 games back in the division right now in the AL East, and just a game and a half back of the second wild card. Swing and a miss here on Burleson. He's out on strikes, 2 down in the inning. So catcher Ali Sanchez coming up here. Not the Yankees' night tonight, though, at least so far. It's a 7-3 White Sox lead in the 5th inning in the Field of Dreams game. Joe Buck and John Smoltz broadcasting the game on Fox, and kind of dressed up, especially Smoltzy, in sort of a throwback attire, looking like somebody out of maybe the 20s or 30s or 40s. Ali Sanchez 1 for 3. Pitch on the way, trying to hold up the swing, could not. And that is strike 1. I'm a little disappointed the umpires are not wearing any sort of a throwback uniform, but they're just wearing their regular modern day umpiring attire. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that went in the dirt, blocked here by Cumberland. So 1 ball, 1 strikeout. But a really cool idea to have the game out there at Iowa today. They did have to alter the dimensions of the ballpark from what they had in the movie. It was a really small outfield that they cut out of the cornfield when they made the film. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's high and away. And for the field that they depicted in the movie, was 314 feet to center field, 281 down the left field line, 262 down the right field line. They obviously had to provide more realistic modern day dimensions. And again, they put an outfield fence in There's lighting installed all the way around, up to big league quality. Here's the 2-1. Runners go, swinging a flare into right center field on the run, sliding down, unable to make the grab is Diaz. One run is in. The throw comes home by McCoy, cut off in the infield by Rutschman, and sprawling across the plate with another run is Yepes. Into second goes Sanchez as the throw comes into the infield. A double for Sanchez, driving in a pair with 2 down in the inning.
Center fielder, Evan Mendoza.
A little fly ball into right center. Diaz over from right. When sliding down, tried to make the catch, just could not get there in time. A gallant effort, but coming up short. Second hit of the game for Sanchez, and Evan Mendoza now at bat. And the Redbirds now have a 6-2 lead. And here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball, weakly hit left side of the diamond. Charging in, trying to barehanded. Leyva sees it bounce by his hand. Picked up by Voleka, but nothing he can do, and it's an infield single for Evan Mendoza. Down to third goes Sanchez.
The right fielder, Clint Coulter.
Memphis sent 9 men up in the 5th inning. Clint Coulter will be the 7th man to bat here in this 6th inning. After the Redbirds were limited to a run through the opening 4 frames, they have put 5 runs up here in the last 2 innings and lead 6-2. LeBron's pitch is down low for a ball. It's always kind of fun when you talk about the field of dreams. As the pitch is on the way for a strike, runner breaking, the throw goes down by Cumberland, and a hopping throw down, no chance for a abandoned tag at a stolen base here from Mendoza. So he's at second now. Of course, Kevin Costner's a great actor, but very much associated with baseball films. He's made, 3 of them? Field of Dreams. A very sort of baseball romantic feel-good film. Here's the 1-1, a swing and a miss. And of course you've got Bull Durham, which was loosely based on Ron Shelton's time as a minor league player in the Orioles organization, and some of the people and characters that he met along the way. That, of course, much more of a comedy than Field of Dreams. Here's the LeBron 1-2, loop back foul. And then probably third on that list for Kevin Costner would be For Love of the Game, in which he played an aging pitcher in the Tigers organization, throwing a no-hitter right at the end of his career against the Yankees. Wave and a miss, and down on strikes goes Coulter. That ends the inning. But 2 more runs are in for the Redbirds in the inning. They score the 2 on.
We're locally owned and we make it easy.
3 base hits. 2 men left on. We played 5.5 innings. Memphis 6 times 2 on ESPN Radio, 94.1. Times baseball being brought to us in part tonight by Beach Ford, where the Fords are. Beach Ford, a part of your community since 1976. Find them at 2717 Virginia Beach Boulevard. Beach Ford. 6-2 Memphis in front. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning tonight. Game 3 of this 6-game series. 7:05 games tomorrow and Saturday night. Tomorrow night is USA-themed youth jersey giveaway night. First 2,000 kids, 17 and under. Then Saturday night, Marine Corps night with a post-game fireworks show brought to us by Navy Mutual. We've got a great deal, by the way. $10 box seats, $9 reserve seats for active duty and retired Marine Corps personnel as well as their dependents. That ticket deal is available only at the Harbor Park box office. Box office, by the way, opens up tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. New pitcher on here as
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for the tie.
tall
First
right-hander
baseman,
T.J.
Adley
Zoik
Rutschman.
is on to pitch, takes over for the starter Zach Thompson, who is the pitcher of record with his club in front 6-2. Memphis has out-hit Norfolk 9-6 in this game. 2, 3, and 4 in the order, and Adley Rutschman leads things off. 2 for 2, a single and a double. Here playing in his third career AAA game. Switch hitter now in from the left side, and the pitch here is in for a strike. Rutschman a single in the opening inning, was taken off the bases on a double play ball, but then a double to bring it an RBI in the third. The pitch is a strike, inner third, and now 0-2 count from T.J. Zoik, who stands 6'7", 245 pounds. Into his motion, and here's the 0-2 pitch, bounced up here on Rutschman. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Zoik out of the University of Pittsburgh. First round draft pick of the Blue Jays back in 2016. Has had parts of 3 years in the major leagues with Toronto. 1-2 pitch, swing, and a sharp one hopper. That one skirts by the glove of Gorman and into right center field. A 3-for-3 game for Adley Rutschman. Coming up with a hit while behind in the count. That ball was smoked. Pretty much hit right at Gorman. But he had no time to react to it and tried to short hop it off by his left side. The ball bounced by him. Tough play for Gorman, and it goes as a base hit for Rutschman. So Adley Rutschman now has 6 hits in 11 at-bats here at AAA. So he's hitting over 500. Designated hitter Kelvin Gutierrez is up and takes ball 1 from T.J. Zoik. And the pitch is on the way. Swinging a foul down off the leg of Gutierrez. 1-ball, 1 strike. Zoik was actually in the Jays system this year. Acquired by the Cardinals in a cash deal very recently on the 25th of July. So he's making only his second Memphis appearance. He had previously spent some time with the Jays AAA team, the Buffalo Bisons. A strike on Gutierrez, 1-2. This pitch down low and in, evens up the count. Here from T.J. Zoik. Z-E-U-C-H is the last name, pronounced Zoik. He pitches home, a cut and a miss, and Gutierrez is out on strikes. One down here in the 6th.
Tyler Nevin.
As left fielder Tyler Nevin becomes the hitter. Tides have action in the bullpen. Right-hander Manny Barreda is getting ready to come in. If he does so, it'll be his first appearance since returning from the Olympics over in Tokyo. So we've not seen Manny for a couple of weeks, but he is loosening up as the count is 1-0 here on Tyler Nevin, who's bounced out and popped out over 2. The pitch from Zoik down low and away. So a 2-0 count here. I mentioned the Field of Dreams game going on in Iowa, right near the side of the movie. That big white farmhouse still there. Pitcher low on Nevin. I was doing a little reading earlier about the ball field that they built for the movie. They left it there after the film was done. What was interesting about it is that the baseball field they built was actually on property owned by two different property owners. Pitch for a strike on Nevin. After the film was finished, and Zoik's pitch is low and away. Ball 4, and Nevin's on. A walk sending Rutschmidt on to second base. So the Tides down 6-2, but they've got a pair on with one down in the sixth inning.
The nation's largest provider of service dogs to military veterans.
And shortstop Pat Valaika
The
becomes the
shortstop,
Tides hitter.
Pat Valaika.
So I was telling you about the field that they built for the movie, Field of Dreams, back in the late 80s. After the movie ended, one of the property owners kept their portion of the field intact. The other property owner replanted corn and reestablished their crop on their half of the field. Pitch to Valaika is in here for a strike. Now that property owner that decided to replant the crop did eventually change their mind and restore the ball field to its original state. And then, of course, both property owners eventually started catering to tourists who wanted to come in and see the field, and they sold souvenirs and made a little profit on it. Of course, as we all know, if you build it, they will come. And boy, a lot of Iowans getting a wonderful night around Dyersville tonight. Swinging a foul, that one clanging off the mask of Sanchez, the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pat Valaika. Pretty unique throw for the players in that game tonight. Major League Baseball has had some games in some unique venues in recent years. You think about the annual game they now play in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, around the Little League World Series with all the kids in attendance. 1-2 is line foul down the right side up onto the crosswalk between the 100 and 200 level seats. I guess a couple of years ago they played a game down for the military at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Had a few international games over the years. Pitch to Valaika, a rip and a miss, couldn't get it. And a big strikeout for Zoik, 2 down in the inning.
The third baseman, Domingo Leyva.
Domingo Leyva 1 for 2 at bat here for the Tides in the sixth inning as they trail 6-2. Major League Baseball today, the St. Louis Cardinals, the parent club of this Memphis team, a 7-6 win on the road in Pittsburgh. Former Tide T.J. McFarland got the win for St. Louis today. Leyva, switch hitter, in here from the left side. The right-hander Zoik, the pitch home. There's a strike. Meanwhile, the Mets and the Nationals, a doubleheader today in New York. Opening game went to the Mets 4-1. Brandon Nimmo with a 3-run home run on a 4 RBI day, and carrying the Mets to that victory in the opening game. Stroman gets the win. Pitch to Leyva here, makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. Game 2 of the Twin Bill went to the Mets as well. They won 5-4. So the Mets sweeping the doubleheader. Villar and Alonso both homering for the Mets in the Game 2 win. Swinging a foul down into the foot of Leyba, who goes down in a heap out in front of home plate. Fouling one down either into his foot or his ankle, and he is still in pain, down on his hands and knees in the dirt. So Tides trainer Marty Brinker coming out to check here on Leyba, who is still down hurting. Leyba now rolling over as they check on, I believe, the left ankle. I'm not quite sure. My view a little bit blocked here. But Leyba is still really hurting here. And the count 1-2. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball today, we mentioned earlier that just about everybody playing day games today, so everybody can really focus on the Field of Dreams game in Iowa. Phillies beat the Dodgers in Philadelphia 2-1, so they avoid a sweep at the hands of the World Series champion. Bryce Harper with a home run. Bradley now 7-1 with the win for Philadelphia. Phillies a half game up on the Mets right now in the National League East. Leyba is up. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to continue. He is being assisted off the field, limping badly as the trainer is helping him walk off the field. So Domingo's not going to be able to continue in this game. Walking very slowly. In fact, now he's got to stop. It looks like he fouled it right down into his ankle. Looks like the right ankle is the one that he's favoring as he has his arm up on the trainer's shoulder, making his way off the field. So Gary Kendall will have to send somebody out to take over here for Leyba. With a 1-ball, 2-strike count, it looks like Stevie Wilkerson is going to come on here. Well, I'm just guessing here, but I would suspect we would see Wilkerson stay in the game, probably go play center field, and Mason McCoy would probably come in from center to play in the infield. In fact, McCoy might play third, or he might go to second, and Bannon could go to third. A number of options. So Wilkerson's going to take over the at-bat with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. With 2 on and 2 down, Wilkerson did not play last night. The pitch is on the way, just missed the outside edge. Now 2-2 here on Stevie Wilkerson. 244 average, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Wilkerson's been struggling a bit. Just 1 hit in his last 3 games. Pitch home, swinging a base hit though into left field. Down to third, getting the stop sign is Rutschman as the throw comes in from Burleson. A sharp single by Wilkerson. Burleson on it quickly on a hop, zips it in, and boy, Rutschman certainly wanted a chance to score, but he got the stop sign from Coach Ramon Sambo. So the bases are loaded with 2 down. Rutschman, Nevin, and Wilkerson, the runners. Tides are down by 4. And right fielder Yusniel Diaz, who has 2 home runs, could tie it up here with 1 swing of the bat. Wind blowing right to left. Pitch from Zoik, missing inside. Traditional defensive alignment here. The pitch, check swing, and a roller foul over by the Tides dugout. Here off the bat, Yusniel Diaz. count, a ball and a strike. Diaz is flied out and popped out. The pitch missing. Fastball at 93, can't find the zone. Now 2-1. Tides have been out hit by only one, 9-8. But trailed the game by 4 runs. They rallied from 4 runs down last night to win. Trying for, as Yogi Berra might have said, a little deja vu all over again. Here's the 2-1, a swing and a ground ball up the middle, base hit into center. Rutschman is in, heading home is Nevin. The throw comes home late, Nevin scores standing. Diaz drives in a pair, and the Tides are back within 2. Comes the pitching coach out to talk here with Zoik. So it's now Memphis 6, the Tides 4. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Yusniel Diaz has now hit safely in all 3 games since his return. And catcher Brett Cumberland coming to bat for the Tides. The tying run now on base. Home plate umpire Derek Thomas goes out to break up this chat on the hill. So it's Memphis 6, the Tides 4, each team with 9 hits in this game.
The pitcher, Brett Cumberland.
Cumberland batting left-handed here, his better side. And here's the delivery outside for a ball. Tigers beat the Orioles today, as we've already noted, 6-4. That was in Baltimore. As the Tigers complete a sweep of the Orioles. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Tampa Bay with an 8-1 win at Fenway over the Red Sox today. Wander Franco, the former Durham Bull, hit a tie-breaking 2-run home run in the 6th inning, leading the Rays to the win. The pitch here coming up high on Cumberland. So 2 balls and a strike. Tampa Bay's lead in the American League East now a full 5 games over the slumping Red Sox. Two-one pitch, swing and a tapper foul at the plate.
Everybody clap your hands.
2-ball, 2-strike count on Cumberland.
Come on, y'all.
Mariners beat the Rangers 3-1 today in Seattle. They shift here on Cumberland. And here's the pitch. Outside, now a 3-2 count from TJ Zoik. Reds hammered the Braves at Atlanta today, 12-3. Cincinnati 4 back of San Diego for that second wild card spot. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3, upper part of the zone. Zoik takes care of Cumberland and ends the inning. But the Tides cut that deficit from 4-2, getting a pair in the frame on the Diaz ground ball base hit. They strain 2 as well. We go to the 7th inning. Memphis 6, the Tides 4 on ESPN Radio 94.1. We go to the 7th inning tonight at Harbor Park. 6-4 Memphis in front. We've had a lot of pitches, a lot of base runners. We have had
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Redbirds.
one single
third
1-2-3 inning in this game.
Escanio.
So that kind of explains why it has taken 2.5 hours to play 6 innings. Tides down by a pair as third baseman Raider Escanio leads off the inning. New pitcher on for the Tides. This is right-hander Manny Barreda. First pitch he throws, low for a ball. Barreda, the 4th Tides pitcher of the game. Michael Baumann started, Ryan Hartman followed, David LeBron after that. And now Barreda. The pitch, a cut and a miss here by Escanio, who was lined out, walked, and singled 1 for 2. First time we've seen Manny Barreda since returning from the Olympics. He played for the Mexican team. Pitch in here for a strike. Although Mexico did not medal, still a tremendous experience. Hope to talk to Manny in the days ahead on the air about heading over to Tokyo and playing in the Olympic Games. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Down low and away. Barreda is from Arizona. Born and raised there, but is eligible to play for the Mexican team. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a big bouncing ball to third. That one is through into the outfield. A base hit here for Escanio. Defensive changes, by the way, for the Tide. Stevie Wilkerson under pinch hitting for the injured Domingo Leyba stays in the game. Wilkerson is playing second base, and Rylan Bannon shifting over to third. I mentioned there could be a number of possibilities. You could have brought McCoy in from center field and put Wilkerson out there, but Stevie has plenty of experience at second base as well. Scott Hurst is up, and the pitch home is down and in. That is one luxury the Tides have this year. They've got a lot of guys that can play a lot of different places. You've got Brett Cumberland and Adley Rutschman, who both play catcher and first base. They're primarily catchers, but they both play first as well. The pitch, swinging a bouncer. Rutschman has it at first, turns, throws on a one-hopper, but grabbed by Valleca. Back to Rutschman for the double play. Well done by Valleca.
That is a Dick Sporting Goods double play.
Not a great throw by Rutschman. He one-hopped it there, but Valleca came up with it and then returned the throw back to Rutschman. A 3-6-3 double play.
The shortstop, Kramer Robertson.
So with 2 down, shortstop Kramer Robertson is at bat. Tides will shift on him with Wilkerson almost on the left side of the diamond. Not quite. He's still technically on the right, but very near second base. Barreda's pitch here, a swing and a high fly ball into shallow left. Trotting in there, Nevin beneath it. Makes the grab, and Barreda and the Tides quickly off the field. Time to stretch at Harbor Park. Middle of the 7th inning. Memphis 6, Tides 4 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Seventh inning stretch as the Tides are down by a pair against Memphis. Pete Bishop on your radio on 94.1 FM, ESPN Radio. Robbie Vogler is our producer and engineer back in the studio. Tides trying to rally for a second straight night. Got a couple of runs last inning against TJ Zoik, and the 6'7" right-hander still on the hill here. And the Tides have Bannon, McCoy, and Rutschman in that order. Well, we began this series on Tuesday night with a turn back the clock night. If you were not
Leading
here
off
for
the
that,
bottom of the 7th for the Tides, third baseman Rylan Bannon.
we'll give you another chance coming up on Tuesday, September 14th. Our second turn back the clock night with 50-cent hot dogs, boxes of popcorn and soda courtesy of Smithfield. Then last night we had our first Bark in the Park night of 2021. If you missed that, we'll do it again coming up on Sunday, August 29th, just a few weeks away. First pitch, swing and a miss by Ryland Bandon, 0-1. Dog tickets for our Bark in the Park nights are $5, with all the proceeds benefiting a local dog charity. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Big rip and a miss here by Bandon. And now a 0-2 count. Bandon's walked and bounced out, so he's 0 for 1. Began the game at second base, now playing at third. And the pitch is on the way in the dirt. I was talking with Bandon on the dugout show about his open stance. Don't see too many players these days with that dramatically open or closed batting stance. Most hitters today are relatively square. Bandon did tell us that years ago he was much more open than he is now. Swinging a foul back on the fastball here from Zoik. Mentioning the fact earlier that the Tides have so many players that can move around. That really helps manager Gary Kendall. And certainly good for the organization to have players developing the ability to play a lot of different spots. 1-2 pitch, wave and a miss, chased a ball in the dirt. Throw goes down by the catcher Sanchez for the put out at first. The strikeout abandoned, 1 down. In the home 7th inning.
The center fielder, Mason McCoy.
So you've got Bandon, kind of a second base, third base guy. The guy bat right down, Mason McCoy. A shortstop, second base, learning some outfield this year. Wilkerson plays infield, outfield. Tyler Nevin, first, third, left field. We've even seen Gutierrez toying a bit in the outfield this year. And at third base. Here's the pitch, a foul down by McCoy. Right down by his foot. 1-1. Six runs, 10 hits, no errors from Memphis. The Tides 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. And here's the pitch outside. Back at the big league scoreboard, there were 2 teams today that scored 17 runs in Major League Baseball. 2. Here's the pitch, and McCoy takes outside. The Brewers blasted the Cubs in Chicago 17-4. Milwaukee had 22 hits in that game. And what a day for Luis Urias, swinging a foul back. He, by the way, is the brother of former Tide and now Oriole Ramon Urias. Luis had 2 home runs for Milwaukee today. Also had 3 doubles. He was 5 for 6 with 2 home runs, 3 doubles. And Milwaukee just ripped the Cubs at Wrigley 17-4. Payoff to McCoy, swinging a high fly ball. That is jackhammered. Long, high, and deep to left. That one's gone. The Tides are back within a run on a drive by Mason McCoy, his 7th home run of the year. He rounds third, gets a slap of the hand from Coach Ramon Sambo. Races home, points back behind home plate where his wife and child are looking on, and runs into the dugout to celebrate with his teammates. A home run by McCoy has made this a 1-run game. Manager Ben Johnson has seen enough. Tides have scored 3 times here on TJ Zoik. And the Tides have taken what was a 4-run deficit and cut it to 1. We've got a pitching change here in the home 7th. 6-5 Memphis. Will be back in a moment on ESPN Radio 94.1. Called to the bullpen here in the 7th inning by the visiting Redbirds, brought to us by Virginia 811. Reminding you to contact Virginia 811 before your next digging project to have your utilities marked. Know what's below. Learn more at va811.com. New pitcher on the hill is 26-year-old right-hander Jesus Cruz out of Mexico. He's on in relief of TJ Zoik. Cruz, the third pitcher of the game from Memphis, which after building a 4-run lead has seen Norfolk battle back within a run at 6-5 now. So Cruz comes on to make his 22nd appearance, a 3.86 ERA and a 0-2 record. He's 1 for 3 in save chances. Cruz, by the way, has had some serious walk problems. 17 walks in 18 2/3 innings. Adley Rutschman, the #1 prospect in baseball, the first man to face Jesus Cruz. And his first pitch, swinging a ground ball into the shift. Gobbled up by the shortstop on the right side of the infield, and Robertson throws out Rutschman. 2 down in the inning. Designated hitter Kelvin Gutierrez coming up here. Before the break, I had mentioned there were 2 teams in baseball that scored 17 runs today. Already detailed the Brewers' win of the Cubs 17-4. The other team that turned the trick, the Oakland Athletics, they won even more impressively in Cleveland 17-0 today as Gutierrez takes ball 1. Mitch Moreland had 2 home runs for the Athletics in that win. Pitch grounded to short. Grabbed by Robertson. Sidearm throw to first in plenty of time. And that takes down Gutierrez. So Cruz does his job and gets the Redbirds off the field. But the Tides on the Mason McCoy home run, inching closer. And as we head for the 8th inning tonight, it's Memphis 6, the Tides 5 on ESPN Radio 94.1. So we go to the 8th inning in a 1-run game. Tides trailing 6-5. Each team with 10 base hits.
Second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
So plenty of offense tonight. A little surprising that with that wind blowing across the field out towards left, we've only had 1 home run between the 2 teams this evening. That was the McCoy home run just a few minutes ago. First pitch from Beretta, swing and a miss here by Nolan Gorman. Gorman's had a big game, has not been retired tonight. 3 for 3 with a walk and a pair of runs scored. Beretta pitching home and missing away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Memphis trying to end a 5-game slide as the 1-1 pitch is lined into right field for a base hit. So what a day for Nolan Gorman, the Cardinals' #2 prospect. Has been on base all 5 times up tonight and has a 4-hit night.
The first baseman, Juan Yepez.
Juan Yepez to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but has walked 3 times. 6-5, Redbirds in the 8th. Yepez came into Norfolk with 17 RBIs in his prior 16 games. Ball in the dirt and bounding away from Cumberland. A big turn by Gorman around second base and goes back to the bag. Advancing 90 feet, had a wild pitch by Beretta. So 1-0 count here. Update from Iowa, the White Sox still up on the Yankees, now 7-4 in the 7th inning in the Field of Dreams game. Right there near where they filmed the movie, just outside of Dyersville, Iowa. Want to know the count? And Beretta looks at the runner at second, pitches home. This one lined foul down the left side, off the warning track, and one hopping up into the stands and bounding back out onto the field. The Field of Dreams game was originally supposed to be last year. But the game was postponed due to the pandemic. By the way, the field they're playing on is not the actual field you saw in the movie. It's a specially built field right next to the movie site in Dyersville. One count, pitch home, and that one is in the dirt. Last year it was supposed to be the White Sox and the Cardinals. Here's the 2-1 outside. Originally, it was supposed to be the White Sox and the Yankees. Then with the schedule being changed around due to the pandemic last year, it was going to be the White Sox and the Cardinals, but then because of the pandemic, they just called the whole thing off last year and pushed it back to 2021. It's really cool to see Kevin Costner come walking out of the cornfield before the game. Three balls and a strike here on Yepes. And here's the pitch. A strike. And Yepes had dropped the bat, was heading down to first. And gets a little bit of the Bronx cheer from the home folks here at Harbor Park. 3,671, by the way, the announced crowd tonight. I think one of the great things about Kevin Costner's baseball movies is that Costner looks like he could really play the game. I mean, he's athletic enough, the way that he swings a bat, the way that he throws a ball. He looks like a player. 3-2 pitch, inside missing, and a walk gives Memphis 2 men on. And brings up the left fielder, Alec Burleson.
Alec Burleson.
And I think one of the things about any sports movie, not just a baseball movie, but any sports movie, is to have actors who at least can pull off the athletic part of the role and at least look the part of an athlete. And Costner certainly does that in all three of his baseball films. And I think about another baseball movie, a very different kind of a movie, but a real fun and funny film in Major League. The pitch home, grounded foul here by Alec Burleson. And one thing that I really like about Major League is that Charlie Sheen really looks the part as a Major League pitcher, has a good throwing motion. He looks legit. In contrast, somebody like Tom Berenger looks like he doesn't even know how to throw. And he plays the catcher, and I mean, just looks kind of silly watching him throw a baseball. He does not pull it off athletically. Here's the 0-1. Missed the outside edge. Boy, Cumberland held that ball there, thought he had the call, didn't get it from Derek Thomas. Now 1 ball, 1 strike count. But it goes a long way in any sports movie if you've got an athlete or an actor who can come off as an athlete. I mean, Kevin Costner's made other sports movies, made the golf movie Tin Cup. Has a pretty good looking swing, not quite PGA Tour quality. Yeah? Probably looks better as a baseball player than a golfer, but did a decent job in that role. 1 ball, 2 strike count here on Burleson, the left-handed batter. (6-5) Memphis, 8th inning, 2 on, nobody out. And Barreda working very slowly. Pitch home, grounded by first. Rutschman has it, throws on to second. Valleca's return with Barreda covering at first, not in time. They can't turn the double play, but they get the out at second base. Burleson able to reach on the fielder's choice. So Yepes is out at second, and Gorman advances down to third. So it's first and third with 1 out now. And catcher Ali Sanchez to bat here for Memphis. Barreda in his second inning. Barreda, 3.33 ERA and 17 appearances with the Tides. Again, it's been a while since we've seen him, as he was over at the Olympics. Pitch on the way, a little bit high here. Yeah, a few players around this league were over in the Olympics. In addition to Manny Barreda of the Tides, you had Eddie Alvarez of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. He was on the silver medal winning American team. Here's the 1-0, check swing at a ball low, he didn't go. So a 2-0 count. Japan, by the way, won the gold medal. Heard an interview after the gold medal game with Todd Frazier, the longtime big leaguer who played for the American League team or the American national team. And he was just thrilled with the experience, happy to get a silver medal. Ground ball hit to second, shoveled there by Wilkerson to Valleca and back to first. Double play ends the inning and keeps Memphis from adding a run. Neat little backhand toss by Wilkerson after coming up with a grounder off the bat of Sanchez to start the 4-6-3. That ends the inning. 1 man left, but nobody scores. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Memphis 6, Tides 5 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Tides are down by a run as they come to bat in the 8th inning with Nevin, Valleca, and Wilkerson scheduled. And it's Jesus Cruz staying on in relief, came on after the McCoy home run last inning in relief of TJ Zoik, and retired back-to-back hitters, including Adley Rutschman. 6 runs, 11 hits for Memphis, 5 runs, 10 hits for the Tides. It seems like these between inning breaks just get longer and longer. And Cruz still throwing warm-up pitches here. Meanwhile, a 7-4 White Sox lead in the Field of Dreams game out in Dyersville, Iowa. They're in the 8th inning.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Tides.
Just doing a little reading a moment ago between innings about the field that they built for the ball game. Again, it's basically right next to the field they built for the movie. Pitch to Tyler Nevitt, a strike. They have about an 8,000 seating capacity at that special ballpark they built for the Field of Dreams game. The pitch, swinging a line drive, sinking, falling, base hit right field. Nevin gets it started in the 8th inning, representing the tying run. He's on. And shortstop Pat Valleca comes up to hit.
The shortstop, Pat Valleca.
And they had a special lottery among people in the Dyersville, Iowa area to see who would get to come to the game. And fans attending actually enter through the ballpark that was built for the movie. You walk across the field, swing and a pop-up by Valleca, foul ground first base side. Yepes is under it and makes the grab for the out on Valleca. One pitch and Valleca's done. One out in the inning. Second baseman Stevie Wilkerson at bat down. Wilkerson came on in the 6th inning after Domingo Leyva had to leave after fouling a ball down either off his foot or his ankle. So anyway, fans actually enter through the movie set ballpark. They go out through a path cut through the corn through the outfield, and that leads them to the ballpark that they built for this game tonight. Swing and a miss by Wilkerson. 0-1. Wilkerson had a base hit back at the 6th inning. Tides are down by a run here batting in the home 8th. Cruz fires home and misses down and in. So a really cool setup. Certainly something I know the folks out there in Iowa are hoping that Major League Baseball will continue to do on an annual basis. Here's the 1-1. That's on the corner for a strike. And you look at how the National Hockey League has utilized some of the outdoor games and made those annual events at differing locations. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball up the middle. Gorbett at second has it. Shuttles to second base. Robertson back to first, and there's a double play, ending the inning 4-6-3 off the bat of Stevie Wilkerson. So the Tides can't get it done here in the 8th inning. That will take us to the 9th tonight. Memphis 6, Norfolk 5 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Tides baseball tonight being brought to us by Patient First for convenient professional medical care 365 days a year and at every game at Harbor Park. We go to the 9th inning. Tides down by a run. Left-hander Nick Vespi on for the bullpen. He's 1-0, making his 5th Tides appearance. Bottom 3 in the Memphis order, so Vespi will try to keep it a 1-run game and get the Tides up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Norfolk, by the way, will have the bottom 3 in their order in the 9th, so they'll have to get only 1 man on to get to the top of the order, and they'll have to get 2 men on to give Adley Rutschman a chance in the 9th. Here's the first pitch on Evan Mendoza. Up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Another hot summer night here at Harbor Park. And the 1-0 pitch is down low. Vespi takes over for Manny Beretta, who pitched 2 scoreless innings. Allowed a couple of hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Vespi's pitch is bounced foul over along the fencing here on the third base side. Looking for another hot day tomorrow. Might be a couple of degrees cooler. Neither team, by the way, took batting practice on the field today with that heat index probably 107, 108 during the time of batting practice when it would normally be held. Heat index was 105 at game time, so it might have been more like 110 at 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. Mendoza 2 for 4. Pitch up and away here from Vespi. So 3-2 count. Vespe's last appearance was 4 days ago. Game 2 of the doubleheader in Jacksonville. Gave up 3 runs in 1 inning of work. Kicks the leg, pitches home, misses badly up and away, ball 4. A lot of walks tonight by the Tide staff.
The right fielder, Clint Coulter.
So Clint Coulter coming up to bat now with a man on base. That is now 9-10 walks now by Tide's pitching. The starter Bauman had 6. Hartman, LeBron, Beretta, and Vespe 1 each. Pitch down low and in. And so Vespe is the 5th pitcher of the game. Defense shifting here on Coulter, who has not put a ball in play tonight. The pitch down and in. Coulter walked in the 2nd inning and has struck out 3 times since. Vespe pitching home, swinging a pop-up, heading back and out of play. After the game tonight, the Dockside post-game show comes your way. It's brought to us by Dockside Restaurant and Fishing Center. A little Dockside seafood sounds really good right about now. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that one missing for ball 3 from the lefty, Vespe. I'd like to pass along a happy 6th birthday to Cashton Borte. And Cashton, hope I pronounced the name correctly. Happy birthday. 3-1, bounced up by 3rd foul off the bat of Coulter. Also want to say hello to all the folks with the Randolph-Macon College alumni group enjoying the ball game from one of our patios this evening, as well a group from the City of Chesapeake Economic Development over on the first base side patio. Ball game a little more than 3 hours in, and a good one, a 1-run affair. Memphis up 6-5, batting here at the top of the 9th inning. Vespe pitches, runner breaking for first, swinging a foul back. Here by Coulter, will try it again with Mendoza returning to first base. That steady wind still blowing to left. And Vespe a step and a toss on to first, back easily is Mendoza. So the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll be halfway through the series after tonight. Still 3 more days to go. Here's the payoff. Runner breaks, swing and a miss for a strikeout. Throw it down to 1-hopper. Tag for the out by Wilkerson at 2nd. A strike him out, throw him out, double play as Cumberland cuts down Mendoza trying to steal.
That was also Dick's Sporting Goods double play. Every season starts at Dick.
Strikeout of Coulter, and Mendoza caught stealing. That would be base stealer exterminated by Hampton Roads Termite and Pest Control. For residential and commercial pest control, visit HamptonRoadsTermite.com. Raider Ascanio at bat with 2 down, nobody on, and he takes ball 1 here. Ascanio, a 2-hit ball game. He's also walked, so he's been on base 3 times. Vespe's 1-0, a cut and a miss on a ball in on his hands. Elsewhere in the Southeast Division tonight, Charlotte a win on the road in Jacksonville, 8-4 tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tried to check his swing, went around. 1-2. The other division games tonight, Gwinnett with a 3-0 shutout win over Durham. Pretty impressive to blank that Bulls offense. 1-2 pitch, lifted high in the air, shallow right. Running to the line is Diaz. Still in fair territory for the catch. And the final out of the inning. Well, the Tides have been winners of the opening 2 in this series. They'll try for another comeback victory as we head for the bottom half of the ninth in a moment. Memphis in front, 6-5 on ESPN Radio, 94.1. Petersham back at the ballpark here along the water in downtown Norfolk. Tides trailing it by a run. Norfolk had a 2-1 lead going into the 5th inning of this game. Memphis got 3 in the 5th, 2 more in the top of the 6th to open up a 4-1 advantage. The Tides got 2 in their half of the 6th, 1 in the 7th to get back within a run. And trailing 6-5 as they now bat in the bottom half of the 9th inning. New pitcher on for Memphis, looking for the save. It is right-hander Junior Fernandez.
Attention fans, now pitching for the Redbirds, number 47, Junior Fernandez.
Fernandez is 1 for 1 in save chances. He has a 6.08 ERA though, making his 13th appearance. He's a 24-year-old out of the Dominican Republic who's had big league time over parts of 3 years with St. Louis, including 14 games with the St. Louis Cardinals this season. Leadoff man Yusniel Diaz, first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Diaz 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI base hit back in the 6th inning. Cumberland will follow, band in 3rd in the inning. If anybody can keep it going, McCoy would get a chance. The pitch here high. And if it continues after McCoy, Adley Rutschman would get an opportunity. One ball, one strike on the right-handed hitting Diaz. He has 2 home runs with the Tides. Pitch home. He swings and lifts one high and foul over to the right and out of play. Adley Rutschman had the base hit that basically won it for the Tides last night. He'd love a chance if the Tides can get a couple of guys on here in the 9th inning. 1-2 from the right-hander. Readies and fires. Fastball got him looking. And Diaz, a grimace, walking away at a pitch that apparently caught the inside edge.
Brett Cumberland.
Big first out of the inning here for Junior Fernandez. Brett Cumberland has 9 home runs this year. Although he's been stuck on that number for quite a while. 1 for 3 with a run scored tonight. 6-5 Memphis, 9th inning. Pitch home, swinging a foul at the plate. 0-1 the count. I mentioned Fernandez with the 1 save this year. He has 15 in his minor league career. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he throws that one to the backstop, basically through the right-handed batter's box. Cumberland here batting left-handed. Fernandez did quite a bit of closing 2 years ago. Had 11 saves in the 2019 season between 3 different clubs. Single A, double A, and triple A. Ball to strike the count. First baseman guards the line with a left-handed hitter and a good lively fastball at 97 in for a strike on Cumberland. 1 ball, 2 strike count. We're in the 9th inning. Each team 11 hits. Tides trailing though by a run, 6-5. Pitch home, swing to line drive, leaping and caught by the second baseman Gorman. Nolan Gorman. What a night he's having. He has 4 hits. He's been on base 5 times, and now he makes a big defensive play here in the ninth inning.
Bannon.
And Gorman's had a couple of fine defensive plays tonight. An all-around spectacular game for the number 2 prospect in the Cardinal system. That's the second out of the inning, and now the Tides are down to their last hope in third baseman Rylan Bannon. Bannon hit 2 home runs last night, spearheading that 7-5 win. Does he have one in him here? Pitch from Fernandez, swinging a fly ball, pretty well hit to left. Back at the warning track, a leap at the wall, unable to get it is Burleson, and Rylan Bannon has done it. A 2-out, bottom of the ninth inning home run to tie the game for Rylan Bannon. How do you do? That one just cleared the wall and left. The wind might have helped it just enough to get out of here. Burleson made a leap at the wall, couldn't get it, just cleared the white line into the picnic area to tie the game at 6. Now Mason McCoy is up. He homered his last time. The pitch to him high for a ball. McCoy could now win it with one swing. For a second consecutive night, the Tides have rallied from 4 runs down against Memphis. Here's the pitch home. McCoy takes a strike. Third baseman Raider Ascanio is about 2 or 3 feet off the third baseline, well behind the bag. He wants to guarantee McCoy won't hit anything down the line. Next pitch from Fernandez, up and away, 2-1. So blown save here for Fernandez. That's only the 3rd home run he's allowed in 13 appearances this season. And the game is tied at 6-all. Here's the pitch, swing and a ground ball, base hit through the right side. And McCoy representing the winning run is on. And guess who's coming up? The top prospect in baseball, Adley Rutschman. A 3-hit game for Mason McCoy. Adley Rutschman has a 3-hit game tonight. He's also driven in a run. An extra base hit could win it for Norfolk. They shift on Rutschman with 3 infielders on the right. And the pitch. On the way, outside ball 1 from Junior Fernandez. Switch hitting Rutschman batting from the left side here. Again, it'll be tough to knock one out of here to right field unless it's a line drive with that wind blowing in off the river. A turn to throw on to first, a diving McCoy is back. Well, I don't think you'd want to risk taking the bat out of Rutschman's hands, but if you're thinking of a stolen bag, McCoy is the club leader with 11. He's only been caught twice. Rutschman has 18 home runs at AA, has yet to go deep with the Tides. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Good cut at it and a foul back by Adley Rutschman. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 6-6 tie, bottom of the 9th inning. Outfield with Burleson, Mendoza, Coulter, left to right. All 3 playing deep. They want to keep anything from getting to the wall and letting McCoy score all the way from first base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A cut and a miss. Looked like Rutschman tried to hold up on that swing. Not much of a follow through. Chased the ball down and in. And now 1-2 count. Fernandez trying to send us on to extra innings after the Tides have rallied from 4 down to deadlock it. McCoy runs well. He's being held by Yepes over at first. Junior Fernandez pausing, turning and throwing to first. No tag as McCoy is able to get back in. And the Norfolk faithful letting Fernandez hear it. It might be an interesting pitch to run on. You wouldn't think Fernandez would give it a fastball here unless it's something well out of the zone. The pitch on the way, and that is off the plate outside. Now 2-2. Well, of course, if he were to nibble here and miss for ball 3, then McCoy could get a running start on the payoff pitch. So let's see if he tries to take care of Rutschman here on the 2-2. From the pause, pitches home. Fastball lifted back foul by Adley Rutschman. Adley Rutschman is 3 of 4 tonight. He is 6 for 12, batting .500 with 4 RBIs in just 3 AAA games. Number 1 prospect in baseball, trying to be a hero for the Tides in the 9th inning in a tie game. 2-2 still the count. Fernandez pitching home. Just missed the inside edge, and Fernandez crouching down on the hill, thought he had the corner. Didn't get the call from Derek Thomas. What a take there by Adley Rutschman. The count is full. So McCoy will be running from first on the payoff pitch. Again, just 1 infielder on the left side of the infield. 3 on the right. Junior Fernandez ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Rutschman and sends us to the 10th inning. But the Tides on the home run by Rylan Bandon, his 3rd in 2 days, coming with 2 down in the 9th inning, tying up the game. And we will play a little free baseball tonight along the water in downtown Norfolk, heading for the 10th inning, deadlocked at 6 on ESPN Radio 94.1. The Tides are 2-4 in extra inning games this year, and they will head for the 10th inning tonight at Harbor Park against Memphis, trying to win for a 3rd consecutive day in this series. Tides last night rallied from 4 down to win, and they have rallied from 4 down to force extra innings here tonight. Rylan Bandit knocking one just over that left field fence with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nothing like waiting to the last moment to get it done. Tides have deadlocked the game at 6. Top of the order up from Memphis here in the 10th. Raider Ascanio will begin as the runner at second base to begin the 10th inning. And Scott Hurst, the leadoff batter, is up. And on to pitch for the Tides is the huge right-hander Felix Bautista. About 6'7", 270 pounds. We saw Bautista make his AAA debut 2 days ago on Tuesday here against Memphis. He faced 5 batters, struck out 3 of them. He also walked 1 and hit a man. You look at Bautista's numbers at AA this year. Not too many balls get put in play against him. Lots of walks, lots of strikeouts. Hurst, a left-handed batter. First pitch from Bautista, bunted, third base side. Bandon charging, grabs the hop, quick throw to first, and he has his man, but a successful sacrifice by Scott Hurst, sending Raider Ascanio on to third base.
The shortstop, Kramer Robertson.
Obviously, you love to score as many times as possible in any inning. But with these minor league extra inning rules, if you're the visiting team hitting first, you almost feel like you have to put up one to put the pressure on the home team. Tides bring the infield in. Kramer Robertson takes a called strike. Bautista faced Robertson 2 days ago and walked him. Robertson 0 for 4 with a walk and a run scored tonight. The pitch home, a swing and a pop-up. Third base side foul ground, banded over by the railing of the dugout, but does not have enough room. And that ball glances off the screen over the top of the dugout. A foul ball makes it 0-2 on Robertson. With extra innings beginning with a runner at second base, from the outset, I would think a team would really love to have a guy like Bautista who could come out and really tend to strike a bunch of guys out, because that's almost what it takes to keep from letting that man get in. The 0-2 pitch, here it is, up high at 98 miles an hour. And we saw Bautista 2 days ago, 95-98 with that fastball. Hard thrower. Runner leading at third. Here's the pitch home, swinging a foul back, 97 on the gun. We saw Bautista strike out a couple of batters on Tuesday after throwing that heat in the upper 90s, coming back with about an 81 mile an hour changeup. 6-6 tie in the 10th. Runner at third, one down. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball to second. Runner does not break on contact. Wilkerson gloves, looks back the runner at third, tosses to first, takes care of Robertson. 2 down.
The second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Big pitch for Bautista. So now the infield can drop back. But you've got the hottest Memphis Redbird tonight, second baseman Nolan Gorman. He has been up 5 times, has not been retired yet. 2 down, a runner at third in a tie game. The pitch home, Gorman taking low. Nolan Gorman, the number 2 prospect in the Cardinals system, has 4 base hits. He's also walked. He has scored twice. Bautista pitching home, a swing and a liner into the screen over here by his dugout on the third base side, a 1-1 count. Gorman against Bautista 2 days ago was hit by a pitch on a ball that came in and grazed him at about 98 miles an hour. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's off speed, up and away at 87. Now 2-1 on Nolan Gorman. Only 21 years old. First round Cardinal pick back in 2018. 2-1 pitch, checks the swing, takes high on the appeal at third. It's a strike. A swing, so says Brendan Miller, on the check swing by Gorman, who can't seem to believe that was called a swing by the third base umpire. Now the count 2-2. Valleca joining Wilkerson and Rutschman on the right side of the defensive alignment. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swinging a bouncer back to the glove, knocked down by Bautista, picks it up to his left, tosses to first underhanded, retires the dangerous Gorman. First time he's been put out tonight. And Memphis does not score. Nice job by Felix Bautista. So we'll head for the bottom of the 10th inning. A run will win it for Norfolk. We're tied at 6 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Six tie. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Tides will win it with a run. They will begin this 10th with Adley Rutschman as the designated runner to begin the inning at second. And the Redbirds going to the bullpen, bringing on right-hander Cody Whitley. to pitch for the second time in this series. Whitley, a 26-year-old out of Clayton, North Carolina, and the University of Mount Olive in Mount Olive, North Carolina. Same school that produced Bruce Zimmerman, who we saw 2 days ago at a big league rehab here with Norfolk. Designated hitter Kelvin Gutierrez leads off the inning, trying to advance Rutschman along. Rutschman runs well for a big man. He represents the winning run. Outfield is very shallow. The pitch, Gutierrez showing bunt, pulls the bat away and takes a strike. Of course, with the outfield very shallow, they could come up throwing on any base hit to try to keep Rutschman from scoring. On the other side, a long fly ball that perhaps could be caught if they were playing at normal depth might get over their heads. Mendoza in center is especially shallow. The pitch to Gutierrez shows bunt, again pulls the bat away and takes high. Of course, a walk here would not be the worst thing in the world for Whitley. It would put a force in order. It's the guy at second base they're worried about in Adley Rutschman. We're tied at 6 in the 10th inning. And here's the Whitley pitch, swinging a foul away. We saw Cody Whitley in the opening game of the series on Tuesday night. He pitched 1 inning. It gave up a run on hits by Rutschman and Jahmai Jones. He faced Gutierrez, by the way, struck him out in the 8th inning on Tuesday. 1 ball, 2 strike count here. The pitch home, a swing and a towering pop-up, foul off to the right and out of play. Cody Whitley's had 12 big league games with St. Louis this year. Made his big league debut last season with the Redbirds, that being the big league Redbirds. Good numbers this year with Memphis, a 1.86 ERA in 8 AAA outings. Next pitch to Gutierrez, home, high. Fastball at 94. So some extra inning drama at Harbor Park tonight. Second baseman Corbin shading near the bag with a right-handed hitter up. Here's the 2-2. Wave and a miss, struck him out off speed, pulled a string at 83, and Gutierrez is out. That is a big first out with Norfolk unable to advance Adley Rutschman. Speaking of drama, they've got plenty of it at the Field of Dreams game in Dyersville, Iowa. The Yankees have stunned the crowd and stunned the White Sox with a 4-spot in the top of the 9th inning. They've taken an 8-7 lead on the White Sox. The pitch, swinging a foul away by Nevin. Aaron Judge has 2 home runs tonight for the Yankees, and it was Giancarlo Stanton a moment ago getting a home run to put the Yankees in front by 1. And the White Sox are now about to come up in the bottom half of the 9th inning in Iowa. Meanwhile, here a 1-strike count on Nevin. Here's the pitch. He takes inside. Nevin, the club leader with 37 RBIs. 1 for 3 with a walk tonight. He has scored a run. One ball, 1 strike. Rutschman leading at second base. Outfield stays shallow. And here's the Whitley pitch. Took something off, dropped it in for a strike at 84. And now a 1-2 count on Tyler Nevin. Nevin was 0 for 12 before delivering a single his last time up in the 8th inning. Right-handed hitter. And now Whitley stepping off, wants his catcher Sanchez to go through the signs again. Meanwhile, Burleson in left, Mendoza in center, Coulter in right. And again, all shallow, but especially so in the case of the center fielder Mendoza. Here's Whitley's pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, medium depth left, drifting back on it is Burleson. He's under it in plenty of time, makes the grab. Rutschman only bluffing a tag as the throw comes on to third from Burleson. 2 down now with the Tides unable to advance Rutschman. So it's up to Pat Valeka, who just joined the Tides yesterday. 71 games with the Orioles this year. He's hitting under 200, so comes to join the Tides, trying to work his way back to the big leagues. Trying to win it for Norfolk in the 10th inning. The pitch home, takes a mean swing at it and can't get it. Strike one. Valeka 1 for 4 tonight, had a base hit back in the 2nd inning. Tides have out-hit Memphis 13-11. The pitch, swinging a ground ball, left side hole, cut off by the third baseman. Ascanio's throw over to first in time. And he has Valeka, third out of the inning. So the Tides could not even advance Rutschman, much less score him. And we'll play on, heading for the 11th at Harbor Park tonight in a 6-6 tie on ESPN Radio 94.1. The big right-hander Felix Bautista stays on the hill for the Tides. His 2nd inning in relief as we go to the 11th inning. Nolan Gorman, who made the final out in the 10th, begins as the runner at second base here in this 11th inning. And first baseman Juan Yepes, with the club leading 14 home runs, is up. Bautista, who's had his walk issues this year, throwing lots of strikes in that 10th inning. Bannon drawn in at third, pitch home, not bunting, but lifting one high and foul as Yepes off to the right. Yepes not a guy you'd expect to see laying down too many sacrifice bunts. He's not had one this year. This Memphis team does have 21 sacrifices this year. That is 3 times the number that the Tides have, only 7 for Norfolk. Yepes, though, does not have one himself. The pitch on the way, off speed, in for a strike. There's that nifty off-speed pitch I talked about last inning at 81 miles an hour from Felix Bautista. Yepes, a right-handed batter, has been on 4 of 5 plate appearances tonight. Oh, and to the count, Bautista long look in. And here's the pitch home. Swing and a pop-up. Right side of the infield, Rutschman in from first onto the grass beneath it and reaches up for the grab.
The left fielder, Alec Burleson.
Left fielder Alec Burleson comes to bat with 1 down and a runner at second base. A double, a walk for Burleson tonight. He's 1 for 4. Tide shifting on him. And here's the delivery. That's outside for a ball. Ready for the 1-0. It's on the way, and a wild one to the screen from Bautista. That advances Gorman down to third. That's a big wild pitch on Bautista. So now that go-ahead run 90 feet away. And Memphis does not need a base hit necessarily to bring him in. So the Tides will bring the infield in here as Burleson tries to give Memphis the advantage back. Left-handed hitter against the big right-hander Bautista. He pitches home and misses away. By the way, they've gone final in Iowa in the Field of Dreams game, and what an amazing finish. What a ninth inning we'll tell you about here in a moment. 3-0 count. Pitch home, fastball strike at 99 miles an hour that time. Well, I mentioned the Yankees with a 4-run ninth inning. They got home runs from Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton to take the lead in the ninth. 3-1 pitch here, swing and a miss. 99 again on the gun from Bautista, and a 3-2 count on Burleson. Former Tide Zach Britton came on for the Yankees, trying to close the door and save it in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Meanwhile, the payoff pitch here. Inside, missed him, ball 4. So Burleson is on. That is now a season-high 11 walks for Tides pitching in this game. Catcher Ali Sanchez is up. The Tides could now turn a double play and get out of this inning without allowing a run. Runners at first and third. One down, 11th inning at a 6-6 game. And Bautista pitches home. Fastball strike. So as I said, Zach Britton came on for the Yankees with a 1-run lead. And Tim Anderson, the former Charlotte Knight, hit a 2-run home run to win it for the White Sox in the bottom half of the ninth inning. 9-8 White Sox beat the Yankees in the Field of Dreams game just outside of Dyersville, Iowa. Foul away here by Sanchez, 0-2. The population of Dyersville, Iowa is about 4,000. If I read that right. Ready for the 0-2, on the way, up and away. At check at about 16,000 is the attendance. Said they had an 8,000 seat stadium. That would account for about half the population of Dyersville. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Sanchez. Bautista pitches home, swinging a foul back. And Dyersville, by the way, is in the Dubuque area. Dubuque is the big city nearby. That's right along the state line almost, eastern part of Iowa. 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Right-handed hitter Sanchez. Pitch home, swinging a high fly. Shallow right, foul ground. Rutschman back over there. He is under it. Makes the grab. Runner at third, tagging, trying to score. Rutschman throwing home a one-hopper, bounding by Cumberland into foul ground. And in to score on the play is Gorman. On to second base goes Burleson. Adley Rutschman catches the pop-up in foul territory down the right side, well back beyond first. A gamble by Gorman. To advance home. If Rutschman makes a good throw, Tides had at least an opportunity to get Gorman at the plate, but Rutschman threw a one-hopper that Cumberland could not even handle. So it's 7-6. Memphis now batting Evan Mendoza. Pitch to him, swing and a miss. Fastball at 99. It goes as a sac fly for Sanchez. No error on the play. as Burleson is ruled to have taken second on the throw home. One strike count with 2 down. The pitch is a fastball in at 98 here from Batista on Evan Mendoza. 2 for 4, a couple of singles. He's also walked in this game. 7-6 Memphis in the 11th inning. Memphis trying to avoid a 6th consecutive defeat and trying to avoid blowing a 4-run lead for a second straight night. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch home. Off speed, down and in. 2-1 here. Now the Tides will get a chance in the bottom of the 11th inning with the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. As of now, they'll be down a run. Bautista pitching home. Late swing and a foul away off to the right. Here by Evan Mendoza. And again, with the extra inning rule of a runner beginning the inning at second base, really a 1-run lead is not, it's nice, but it's not that big of a deal for any team in extra innings. 2-2 the count. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out at 98 with high heat. Memphis gets a run without a base hit in the inning. We will head for the bottom half of the 11th. Tides need 1 to tie, 2 to win. 7-6 Memphis on ESPN Radio 94.1.
At second base, shortstop Pat Valleca.
So the Tides are down by a run as we go to the bottom of the 11th inning. They'll begin this frame with Pat Valleca, the final batter of the 10th inning. Opening up is the runner at second base here in the 11th. And second baseman Stevie Wilkerson is 1 for 2. Leads off the inning. Cody Whitley, the right-hander, begins his second inning in relief. Memphis up by a run, 7-6. Tides have Wilkerson, Diaz, and Cumberland scheduled up in this inning. Outfield stays shallow here. Pitch on the way is high. Interesting that the outfield would stay shallow with a lead. When you're taking a gamble of Wilkerson just hitting a good fly ball over somebody's head that easily ties the game and gives Wilkerson maybe a double or a triple. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swinging, popping it up, foul ground, third base side, out of play. Of course, on the flip side, on any base hit, maybe a line drive, the outfield can make a play and either get it out, or if it's a base hit, keep Valleca from scoring that tying run. 1-1 on Wilkerson. Long night of baseball as we're just a minute away from the 4-hour mark of our game tonight. And here's the pitch. High for a ball with the catcher Sanchez jumping out of his crouch. Yepez at first. Just a couple of strides away for the bag near the line. Gorman at second. Roberts at the shortstop near the second base bag, keeping Valleca honest. And the third baseman Ascanio in the baseline near third. Here's the 2-1. Took something off, and Whitley missing up. Now 3 balls and a strike. Whitley wants a new baseball, and his request granted by home plate umpire Derek Thomas. So Whitley's in line for the win if he can get it done here in the 11th inning. Trying to keep Valleca from scoring. Wilkerson, a switch hitter, in here from the left side. Here's the 3-1, not even close. High, Sanchez jumping for the crouch. Wilkerson draws a leadoff walk, and now the Tides have the winning run on base with nobody out in the 11th inning.
Right fielder, Diaz.
Right fielder Yusniel Diaz, who drove in a pair back in the 6th inning as the Tides were beginning their comeback. Now with a chance to bring home that tying or winning run in the 11th inning. Diaz 1 for 4 tonight, right-handed hitter. Pitch home, off speed, a strike from Cody Whitley. Just 81 on the gun there. Outfield stays shallow, maybe a step back, and now Ramon Sambo, the third base coach, comes in. I'm not sure if Diaz might have missed a sign there. I don't think of Diaz as a guy you would be calling upon to bunt very often. He does not have a sacrifice in 24 games with the Tides. Although if you could sacrifice here, you put the tying run at third, the winning run in scoring position with 1 out. But again, not something Diaz regularly does. Now Diaz showing bunt, pitch home, goes for it and tried to pull the bat away but did not do so in time. See, it did appear that Diaz probably must have missed a sign. And that's why he had the talk with the third base coach, and that time didn't pull the bat away in time. Now he's down 0-2. So now let's see, do the Tides keep the bunt sign on or have Diaz swing away with 2 strikes? I would think swing away. Here's the pitch. He is swinging away, and he lifts one back foul. So it stays at 0-2 on Yusniel Diaz, number 8 ranked prospect in the Orioles system. He came over as part of the big Manny Machado trade now 3 years ago. Runners leading, first and second. And Whitley pitching home. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Diaz. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Cody Whitley.
The catcher, Brett Cumberland.
Second strikeout for Whitley. And catcher Brett Cumberland at bat now for Norfolk. Cumberland 1 for 4. Lined out his last time up in the 9th inning. The pitch home. He checks the swing and takes up. 1 ball, no strikes. Cody Whitley looking for his second win in relief. He needs 2 more outs. Tides need to get Valleca 2 more bases to tie it up. The pitch on the way. Big swing and a miss. Cumberland a little out in front of that 82-mile-an-hour pitch from Whitley. The count now 1-1. Yepez at first, playing behind Wilkerson, who represents the winning run. Shortstop Robertson shaded near the second base bag, almost right behind the runner Valleca. And now the 1-1. Low and away. 2 balls and a strike from the 26-year-old Cody Whitley, who stands at 6'3", 220 pounds. Right-hander out there on the hill with a dark beard. Comes ready with the hands high. Looks back at Valleca, pitches home. Big swing and a Cumberland miss. Now a 2-2 count. 9 home runs for Cumberland this year. 1 of them came against Memphis when the Tides played at AutoZone Park last month. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Whitley again ready. Pitching home. Cold strike 3. Fastball at 95. Freezes Cumberland, who's rung up.
The third baseman, Ryland Bannon.
Well, we've seen this script before. The Tides down to their final out. And Ryland Bannon coming up. Norfolk was down by a run in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 down when Bannon launched his 3rd home run in 2 days, just clearing the white line into the picnic area and left. to tie the game in the bottom half of the ninth. Now Bandon settles in with the Tides down by a run. In the bottom of the 11th, tying run at second, winning run at first. And the right-handed hitting Ryland Bandit up. Whitley pitching, ball one. That wind helping any fly ball hit towards left or left center. Probably a good 12, 13 mile an hour breeze off the water, blowing towards left. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He takes a fastball strike at 94. The right-hander Cody Whitley made his big league debut last year. A dozen more St. Louis games this year. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Third baseman guards the line. Pitch home. Big swing, but he couldn't get it. Fastball at 95. 1-2 now on Bandon. And the Tides are down to their final strike. 1 strike wins it for Memphis, but 1 swing could win it for the Tides. Ryland Bandit had 2 home runs last night. He has 1 tonight. He's ready. Whitley pitching, swing, and a foul away. That one lifted up off the facade of the upper deck on the right side and rebounding back down below. 1 ball, 2 strike count. All the Tides players up against the railing of the dugout looking on to see if Ryland Bandon has a little 11th inning magic in his back pocket. Runners leading at first and second base. Here's the Whitley pitch. Off speed, just a bit high. Good take by Bandon. Now a 2-2 count. Ryland Bandon only 5'8", about 180 pounds, but a pretty powerful swing. If he gets something he can handle here. 2-2 from Whitley. Ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Fastball not close, quite a bit high at 95. With Sanchez jumping up here. So the count at 3-2, that means the runners will be moving with 2 down. So Valleca would be able to score, you would think, on about any hit. And Wilkerson would have a good chance to score at an extra base hit all the way from first. 3-2 the count, 2 down. Bottom of the 11th inning, Tides down by a run. Whitley pitching home, swing and a pop-up, heading back out of play. So we'll reset as the drama continues to unfold in the 11th inning. These 2 clubs have been going at it back and forth for better than 4 hours now. We began at 7:06 if memory serves. Here we are at 11:15. And not decided as of yet. Ready for another 3-2 on Ryland Bandon. Here it comes. He swings, line drive, pulled foul. Down the left side by the tarp and into the first row of seats. Well, Bandon sitting on a fastball. Got something off speed at 84. Hit it solidly, but he was way out in front of it. Scanio maybe 2 strides away from the third baseline. Robertson in normal position at short. Gorman cheating near the second base bag with a right-handed hitter up. And the first baseman Yepes playing behind Wilkerson. Boy, the outfield has remained shallow for Memphis here throughout extra innings, regardless of situation. Ready for another payoff pitch from Whitley. Here it is. High, ball 4. And Whitley frustrated on the hill. Not sure if he was unhappy with the pitch that he threw or thought he should have had a high strike call. But he was rather demonstrative in his frustration. The bases are now loaded with 2 down. And Mason McCoy bat for the Tides here. So the pitching coach perhaps seeing the frustration from Whitley. Goes out to talk to him. And the game will seemingly hang on the balance with Mason McCoy. Not that it automatically has to end here. Tides have the tying run in the form of Pat Valleca at third base. Winning run in the form of Stevie Wilkerson at second. They also have Rylan Bandon running at first. And Mason McCoy, with a 3-for-5 night, is at bat. McCoy has had a 4-hit game in his career before. Whitley pitching home, swinging a foul back. McCoy was ready for a first pitch fastball, but could not put it in play. Boy, the outfield coming in maybe another step or so here. On a base hit, they have to keep Wilkerson from scoring. 1 strike count on the right-handed batter. Whitley the pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Memphis a 7-6 lead, and they are once again 1 strike away from victory. But McCoy and the Tides perhaps 1 strike and 1 swing away from taking another one. Ready for the 0-2. On the way, swing and a miss on the high fastball. Whitley strikes out McCoy. The Tides leave the bases loaded in the 11th inning, but can't get a run in. And Memphis wins a marathon thriller tonight in a ball game that took better than 4 hours to play by a final score of 7-6. We'll be back with the Dockside postgame show in a moment on ESPN Radio 94.1.